Hi folks, I will be starting in just a second. Sorry for the delay. I'm dealing with a little bit of a technical issue here with my monitors. Just 1 second. I want to make sure everything is set up okay. There's the chat. Okay, and now this might be a little bit loud, so I'm going to start up the game in just a second here. Let me know if it's too loud. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I think that's probably okay based on what I'm seeing in the capture. I might actually boost it up just a little bit, so I'm probably going to lose focus here again, but let's bring that up and then let's see. Okay, so that's coming across pretty loud on my monitor. So let me know if you'd like me to adjust it at all. Maybe I'll bring this down just a little bit. There we go. Easier to adjust from inside the game, I think. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys have had a great week. Thank you for being patient with me. I know I haven't been on stream for gaming stuff in a little while. So a couple weeks ago, last week I was traveling, right? That was last Thursday. And it was nice to travel, a little bit stressful. I'm not a huge fan of the traveling part itself, but getting a chance to meet up with a friend of mine was really nice, and getting a chance to reconnect that way, and just disconnect from the, what do you say, from the tech blizzard, I guess is one way to put it. In terms of like day-to-day life and work and stuff, as you guys know, I've been working pretty intensely on trying to close out a project at work, and this week I was basically on call, but we're basically done. So I'm just kind of, I'm showing up to work obviously, but just kind of waiting to be told what to do. And so far there hasn't really been anything. So I think I'm actually going to take some time off next week. I really haven't, like, my supervisor actually was like, hey, is this a mistake? You haven't really taken like any time off in a long time. I'm like, no, I just kind of forgot. Because although I have PTO from my current employer, the way that my brain tends to work is I get hyper focused on like one thing at a time. So if I go into crunch for a couple months, like pretty much everything else except for like basic house maintenance falls by the wayside. Like I stop going to the gym, order too much food, stuff like that. So I'm really trying to achieve better balance and trying to use this coming week as a chance to reset. So, in the spirit of doing that, I plan to totally obsess over Naruto topics and try to make another video. Half joking. I am probably gonna just like unplug for a couple days, but then yeah, I have all these video ideas that I've wanted to make, and I just haven't had the stamina to really put in the time for the research and production. And so, I have a couple ideas for Naruto videos, but also like I randomly wanted to make a video about Lilo and Stitch. I wanted to make one about The Witcher, a bunch of stuff that I just really want to talk about because I like talking about stuff. So that will hopefully be coming in the next couple of weeks. I think I'll do a short about the sensory water sphere. I'll probably yap something about the whole Genjutsu crossverse conversation. I gotta get in on that, of course. But then going forward, we'll see some more content about outside of Narutoverse stuff too. That being said, Saria, I am so fucking happy to see. Well, first of all, it's always great to see you. But I am really glad to see the. Why am I blanking now? Yeah, the carry video that you uploaded to Discord and shared to Discord. Super, super cool. Love the music choice. Everything you're saying makes total sense. It's very well written, very eloquent is the word I'm looking for. And it's just really cool to finally see. Like, I know how passionate you are about this. I know how much time you've invested in cultivating these ideas and refining them, and you're putting them out there and you're sharing them with the world. And I guarantee that there's going to be people who like super resonate with this and wind up seeing the series, or like the I don't know if you would call it a series, but like the different iterations of Carrie in a different way, because you took the time to put your thoughts together and to share them. That's really, really cool. And I can't wait to see the YouTube version if you do get around to uploading that. I'll probably join TikTok at some point. I'm going to try to upload my Kieran video to TikTok this weekend and see how that goes. And, if I make other shorts, I'd like to get back into making shorts about other topics too. So I will be happy to subscribe to you on TikTok. You'll probably be my first subscribee. Is that the right term for it? I'm going to subscribe to you. On TikTok, so look forward to that. But yeah, dude, I'm so happy for you. I'm so. Is it weird? Is it awkward for me to say that I'm proud of you? That feels weird somehow. But I hope you'll take that in the spirit of like, I'm just so glad to see you creating stuff. It's really cool. And hey, Shinigami, I hope you're doing well as well. I think I caught you briefly on abstract stream last night, I think I'm sorry. You said hi to me, and then I totally spaced out because I was like, I didn't say hi back because I was like in the process of making dinner and preparing stuff for my dog and cats and stuff. So I was like, oh, I'll say hi in a second. Then I totally forgot. But I did see you there. It's always good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let me catch up on chat real quick and then we'll get started. As a brief intro, hello for folks who are joining the stream for the first time. Thank you so much for stopping by and spending some time with us tonight. My name is John. I'm a game developer. I've been in the industry for 10-ish years. I've worked on indie games and AAA games, and I just fucking love video games and love talking about them. A good friend of mine who is a excellent sound designer recommended this game to me. He's also what I would call like a horror aficionado. He really knows horror games as like a subject area of interest, and I think yeah he's also worked on sound design for horror movies as well, um, which is really cool. So he recommended this game to me. I am really enjoying it so far. It's not what I expected, but that's cool. And I am just like genuinely curious to see where this game goes. It has some genuinely amazing sound design, like the intro sequence where you're kind of running through the ship and things are getting more and more nightmarish. Still kind of sends shivers up my spine with how well the audio was implemented there. As well as I was telling my partner about the game because she was curious what I'm playing tonight. And of course, she was very intrigued by the name Mouthwashing, but also when I described how, like, the captain's voice kind of follows you throughout the ship while he's screaming, she's like, no, no, I'm okay, I'm good. So, I mean, just some really bold, really creative decisions in this game. So, I'm looking forward to diving into it. I'm probably not going to talk as much about Naruto stuff tonight, but I will say I cracked into Sage's video. Was that that's a weird way to phrase it? Like I started watching it is how like I should have said that, and it's kind of interesting. I found that I had an initial pretty strong like what's it like a backfire reaction where it's like, oh, I'm mad about this, but then as I started to think about it in general, I have I wound up kind of coming away from the first 10 minutes of it with more questions than like definitive debunks or whatever. I think that it's gonna require I think like he's kind of onto something. I'm just not sure if he really expressed it in a way that I totally agree with. So I'm gonna do some more research and I'm gonna try to make the stream on Sunday a bit like not exactly a lecture, but I'm gonna try to bring some like how for the like multiversal stuff I brought up some astronomy stuff. I'm going to try to bring up some neuroscience stuff if I can to try to explain stuff like hallucinations and hypnosis and stuff like that to try to just understand the topic better in general. But that's coming on Sunday. For tonight I'll just focus on this game. So if you have any questions about game dev or about you know what the experience is like of making video games, I'm happy to talk about that. Of course, it's always just my own experience. I don't speak for anybody else, just my own opinions and stuff. I will say this games like this really kind of restore my faith, so to speak. Like even if this doesn't wind up being my favorite game or whatever, I've had a lot of cynicism that I've been grappling with over the past year with this process of working on a current project that's been very demoralizing. And so it's both with Claire Obscure, which was fucking phenomenal, of course, but then also games like this, I think I need to be reminded from time to time that there are people out there who are genuinely like taking risks, making statements, and just creating stuff that feels like it's from the heart. I don't think I'm going to hate this game at all. I certainly haven't hated the time that I've spent with it thus far. But even if I did, I would still be grateful for its existence because it's doing something unique and special. And frankly, we need more. Like, I would rather have 100 terrible, shitty, like, broken messes of games that were genuine and special to the people who made them than 1,000 extremely polished, well-defined, immaculate, bug-free, whatever high production value games, because we already have plenty of those, right? It's like, not to disparage people who work on titles like those or titles like that. Like I have friends who've worked at Ubisoft and they make very polished games that are like fun experiences, but just based on the experience I've had over the past year, I don't want to play any games like the one that I just made, frankly. And that might sound a little negative, but I'm just like, I'm tired of the rhetoric. I'm tired of the sort of Kool-Aid. That's actually a weird example, but like the pills we're all sort of forced to swallow to get ourselves through the the experience, pun intended. And I'm just kind of done with that. And so I'm looking forward to playing more and more games of this nature, like Clair Obscur. I think our industry is in dire need of that sort of thing, and I'm glad that games like this are getting talked about more. So I'm going to get into it in just a second here. Let me just catch up on chat real quick, of course. Saria says, I'm here, but may be on the quiet side as I'm reading Feybound by Sara El Arifi. Is that, am I saying that correctly? Is that the author who did the story about the pirate lady? I feel like that name is familiar, and my partner and I read part of that book recently, and it was really entertaining. Time zones made me forget you were streaming, and now I'm neck deep in this book. Oh, that's right, you're in France. How's your trip going? How's everything going over there? Are you going to go by Nice, perchance? When I used to live in Italy, Nice was my favorite place to go in France because it was like 4 or 5 hours from where I lived, and the Promenade des Anglais was my favorite place to go. And also I would have like eclair au chocolat from local shops, and then there was also a place called Floral Park Phoenix, and that was sort of like a botanical garden slash they had like a mini zoo. I guess they had some animals there. So I kind of like idolized Nice when I was a kid. It was just sort of this, maybe once a year. How other kids talked about Disneyland or something, I would always kind of just want to go back to Nice and just exist there. So I hope you have a wonderful time. It's an Elf X Fey Will book, WLW. I'm not sure what that means. Sorry. It's everything in my heart. Oh, that's wonderful. We'll definitely take elements to expand my D&D character's backstory. As it stands, you're just sort of a half elf and paladin. Oh, that's cool. Oh, by the way, have you played Baldur's Gate 3? I think it's probably the best interactive Dungeons and Dragons or Forgotten Realms type property that I've come across. I probably can't speak about this in specifics, but I actually worked on a game for a while that was an asymmetrical. I guess it's sort of like a Dungeons and Dragons extraction shooter is one way to put it, where basically like you would start off the level and you would have a mission, and you would have a few different characters that you could play either solo or you could play in multiplayer, and you all had different abilities. Obviously, like you had like I think like an arcane trickster, and you had like a fighter and whatever, and every character would have their own like unique skill sets, and it was kind of formatted something like Overwatch, where you had your primary attacks and whatever, but then you also had like skills and ultimates, and basically you would have like a mission in the level, like to go assassinate somebody or to go to retrieve an object, and it was like just like a big ass open level that would constantly change, sort of like a roguelike. It was really really cool, and it was so cool to be working with the Dungeons and Dragons like property or whatever. But unfortunately, it got canceled, and I think the I'm not really in communication with the studio anymore. But I think like the project itself, like they used the code or whatever to make a different game out of it. So I don't think we're ever going to see the light of day of that game, which really sucks because it was like so cool. But at any rate, yeah, I really do like the world of D&D and the Forgotten Realms or whatever, right? Like I love the lore and the cosmology and the realms that have been created in that space. Super influential, of course. Paladin by nature, not by class. She's an archer slash rogue by class, so that's cool. Yeah, I was just recently playing like an Oathbreaker Paladin in Baldur's Gate 3. I really respect Baldur's Gate 3. I don't think I'm going to wind up doing another full playthrough because it's just so dense, but I have to respect the amount of complexity and depth that there is to the systems and to the narrative in that game, especially the narrative. Kill evil if it rises, except for the ones who are willing to change. Yeah, that's a really great paradigm for your paladin. I like that approach. Just made her like Clark and Link and Kirby and Samus and Diana, the good guys, but the good guys will absolutely do what's necessary if they see you're an issue. Yeah, that's cool. Kind of like an avenging angel type character. Playing TF2 and holy hell, the other team is good. Oh my god, I used to love TF2. I was terrible at it. I could never get anything done in that game, but yeah, that's a classic, man. What's your favorite class to play, Shinigami? Sounds fine. Okay, thank you. Are you gonna draw soon? Great. Yeah, keep it up. Keep up the good work there. Sorry says, oh, it's been amazing. I had to do things really weird, but I told people if you wanted better images of the pages, DM me. I'll send it to you, and it's just been really fun. Fuck yeah, I'm so happy to see it, dude. And I'm also glad that like you're not getting burnt out or anything. It's awesome to just see you at work and having fun and being in your element. That's really rad. The fact Naruto fans can't take criticism as well. Yeah, there's an epidemic of that for sure. And frankly, like I can suffer from that too. Sometimes I can be kind of spicy, but so I try to be empathetic. But yeah, it's a little much. Um, Same with your Zelda video. It hasn't blown up or anything on TikTok or YouTube now that it's on YouTube. But I have comments like, wait, this is how you get your brain to digest the info. Yeah, I gotcha. Well, I think like folks like us, we have like slightly special or divergent brains is probably one way for it. So we got to find ways to channel that like creative chaos is one way I like to phrase it. Sorry, it says, I'm like, yeah, this is how I get myself to better understand it. I use Zelda, I use Marvel Comics, I use DC Comics because their cosmology is something I'm familiar with and can apply this to. Yeah, that makes total sense. I think it's good to look to other properties, like going into something like Avatar The Last Airbender or Ranma One Half or Full Metal Alchemist, especially. Um, Trying to think of some other series that I've seen recently. Like, there's a lot of overlap in the stuff that some of the like Shintoism and Buddhism and their inspirations in like Sekiro that winds up showing up in Naruto as well. So like sometimes you can learn more about the property that's your main focus by going to another property temporarily. I mean that's true of a lot of things, I'm sure. Like if you play guitar mostly, like this is actually something that was true for me. I play guitar mostly, that's my main instrument, but I learned a little bit of drums for a little while, and then I found when I went back to playing guitar I had a better sense of rhythm, like I was able to keep the beat better, right? So things kind of like feed into each other and overlap in interesting ways like that in a lot of ways. You're in Alpes Côte d'Azur, which is where we grew up. My sister more than me. Oh, very nice. We plan to go to Ventimiglia to visit some of our cousins in Italy. Dude, that's so cool. I'm a little jealous. Not gonna lie. But I hope you have a wonderful time. Oh yeah, Shinigami Medic is the class that I would play pretty consistently. I tried to get good at Scout and Sniper, but I was garbage, and so I would either be the medic, or if there was already a medic on team, I would just be a heavy and stick with my pocket medic and just like try to be useful in that regard. Sorry says, also I say more for her than me because obviously she's like a decade older than me. We ended up coming to the States when I was old enough to talk, but not old enough to forge like friendships. Oh yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, I'd love to hear more about that at some point if you want to share. And cheating on me, I don't have any questions at the moment. Sorry. Just still kind of coming off of the wave of the past weeks of chaos. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Doing the diegetic glitch thing. I really love that effect. A really, really sweet thing. Okay. So we're picking up right after, I think, the cutscene where they unveiled the nature of the mouthwash, which is really neat. Cool. I can't believe it took me so long to get the Pony Express pun. Okay, let's see. Oh, hello. Is this guy gonna be passed out? Daisuke is not having a good day. Those will kill you before anything else. I know. My mom found this internship for me. Such a slacker, she said. I don't know. I just never knew what I wanted to be. Never was good at anything. Total screw up. We're not done yet, Daisuke. I just hope she doesn't blame herself. Please just take it. I don't want to look at this stuff anymore. Can I choose not to? Now, I think that the correct thing to do would be to take it, but I'm curious if the game kind of supports branching like narrative options. So I'm going to leave it there for now. Oh, shouldn't I be saying I wasn't saying the other team had a skill issue. I know they were using cheap strategies. Okay, so would you consider yourself pretty skilled at the game? If so, maybe you could like rally your team and try to like lead them a little bit. Let's see. I do like how this, I think this, I need the axe to clear this. Oh, do I still have the axe in my inventory? No, okay. Oh, that was from the flashback, right? Okay, this is slightly concerning. What's that? Find Swansea's employment card, okay. Can I take that? Date of birth. Okay. I'm kind of surprised, but also kind of not surprised that they didn't just take like an image of like a 3D screenshot of him or whatever. Let's see. Oh, that's cool that they actually have the music coming from there. He's been blasting this music all night. At least I think it's night. Hard to tell anymore. Yeah, fair. That's gotta take a toll on you over time. Oh, he's got the axe. This bodes well. Can I give me that? Give me that. Guess gotta talk to him. There's the big man himself, Jimbo. Whoa, oh shit. Okay, listen, listen, listen. This is the best part. Away, oh. You're a mess, Swansea. It'll be all the sad motherfuckers of the Tulpar in the sky with diamonds. Captain Jimmy pulling the plug on the party before the last call. Can I have the axe, please? Gotta work on his stamina. Party's over here. Oh. So I'm probably gonna have to get Daisuke to come here to then, like, distract him and then get the axe or something like that. That makes sense. I like that there's a little bit of a puzzle element to it, so to speak. That was one thing that I could see is, oh, what happened to the horse? Right there, buddy. That's one thing I could see as a criticism of the game potentially. Like, I don't mind it. I don't think it's necessary that the game be designed any particular way, but I could definitely see somebody being like, well, this is, you know, essentially just a narrative walker, and there's not really much gameplay, and so you know, even compared to something like, I know somebody wanted me to play Five Nights at Freddy's 4, which I will, I think I will do. You know, like I said, I'm very prone to jump scares, but I'm willing to give it a try, and share that with y'all. But you know, comparing that to this, you might argue that this game has a stronger narrative or artistic flair or whatnot, but there's less traditional gameplay. It's more just sort of navigating through a space and experiencing it, right? Now, I can really enjoy that sort of thing. I mean, one of my favorite games is Soma, but specifically played on narrative mode, so you don't have to worry about the quote unquote combat or the, you know, avoiding the enemies, which I really didn't enjoy. So, you know, it really depends on your personal tastes. So, but I could see somebody maybe bouncing off of this because there isn't as much to do in the traditional sense. What was that? Couldn't quite hear you, pal. Like somebody had worked out some frustrations there. Let me check on chat real quick. Oh, let's see. My heart breaks for you. I got no questions about my manga. Well, I'm sorry. I don't really know what to ask. But yeah, like, I'm happy if you want to share something with me. Like, I'm happy to look at panels or whatever. But it's a little. I'm not exactly sure how to answer the question of, like, do you currently have any questions about the thing? Like, just trying to phrase it like, hey, Shinigami, do you have any questions about the last song I played on guitar? It's like, maybe, but also, I wouldn't expect you to be prepared with that. I'd be more like, hey, here's this song that I've been playing. What do you think? And then we could talk about it. Does that make sense? Um, anyway, Saria says, my girlfriend has been ecstatic about being in France and in our childhood home on this farmland. Ooh, lovely. And I'm glad because Paris sucks. Oh no. The Alpes Côte d'Azur province is actually pretty. Paris gets romanticized a lot, but it kind of blows. Well, for some reason, I think maybe it was because of Claire Obscure specifically, but I got the impression that you quite liked Paris based on how excited you were about that uh, representation in the series. Is that not the case? You're not a fan of Paris to begin with? I don't really know much about what the culture's like there. It seemed from the Paris Olympics and all that, it seemed like they were pretty queer and non-conforming, relationship supportive, which I appreciated that at least. Let's see. Looking forward to go back to Italy for that Naruto Ichiraku restaurant. Yeah. I would love a trip report if you do go back there. Um, Shinigami says too many tourists. Yeah, that's fair. In some cases, you don't blame them. Yeah, there's a lot of tourists where I live too in the summer, and it's kind of annoying, but they also support the local economy, so I can't get too mad about it. Anya? Ah! Oh, you startled me. Sorry. No worries. You thinking about drinking that too? Honestly, yeah, it'd probably just make me feel sick. Wouldn't fix anything, as much as I'd like it to. Hey, I was thinking, did you know that not all of the medicine aboard was in my office? We store some in a storage locker in the hallway. Why haven't you brought this up earlier? It was foamed up. I didn't think it was possible to reach it, but I've been estimating the position of the foam. I think the medicine depot locker isn't too far into the mass of it, so we could try to break it down. One strike too many on a weak spot, we'll all get sucked into space. I think it's worth the risk. If nothing else, it's an excuse to get Swansea to hand over the axe. Okay, so maybe I will be able to get the axe without helping out Daisuke, as sadistic as that sounds. I just want to see if the game actually supports it. Though I'm also wondering if I just run around like an idiot with the axe, can can I break through the foam in general and get myself into trouble? Because that would kind of provide a bit of a remedy to the quote unquote lack of gameplay. Again, the game is completely under no obligation whatsoever to adhere to that, right? It's just a possibility. And I won't think less of it in any way if that doesn't wind up being the case. But I am curious to see how they'll handle that and if they will handle that. So we will take a look in just a moment. I don't think there's anything else here that I need. Yeah, let me check up on chat. Let's see. Shinigami says, oh yeah, their profits will go down since they depend on tourists. Yeah, that's definitely the case around here. The only problem that I have with tourists is just that this is not unique to where I live at all. But basically, because of the advent of sorry, getting ahead of myself. So I have used Airbnbs before, obviously, and like Airbnbs are nice. Shinigami, actually, I think, sorry, you'll probably know what they are, but Shinigami, if you're not familiar, Airbnb is like, I actually don't know if they have them in other countries. I think they have them in Italy, but there might be under a different name. I can't remember what we used last time we went over there, but basically, yeah, it's like people can rent out rooms in their houses or even whole houses or apartments as like a hotel, and so it's like a way to kind of make a little extra income. But what has happened is that people from out of state have bought up local properties and then they sort of rent them out to other tourists uh, for the use of Airbnbs, and so that only happens for a couple months over the summer. They charge exorbitant prices. They drive up the price of the properties for locals, so it makes it harder for local people to afford their homes. And then you just have a couple of months where these properties are inhabited by, frankly, a bunch of like loud, drunk jerks. Not all of them, obviously, some people are very nice, but like you have a lot of people coming in for parties who just like mess everything up and are very disruptive. And checking on my friend over here. Guess I can't do anything for him. And unfortunately, then that just makes it harder for the local people. And then they leave, and then the houses are just there, and they languish for the rest of the year because nobody's around to live in them. And so you basically have a situation where things start off as like for a couple of months out of the year, it's like crazy, noisy, messy, really irritating, and then it's just a fucking ghost town, and it's just harder for the locals. So yeah, I don't know, it's not the best, but I still have like I've availed myself of the service, and in general, it's a really cool service, a really cool idea. It's just like anything else, it's a tool that people could potentially abuse. Jimbo, El Capitano, the man with a plan. You done? I need that. This old thing, this was entrusted to me by our previous tragically inclined leader. Big responsibility. But you know all about that, huh? I'm going to try and get some more painkillers. Do something useful, you know? Oh, I heard all about it. You're looking to pull the plug on this party early. I'm trying to save us. Take matters into your own hands, eh? Be my guest. Don't do it. Don't do it. He's gonna break the screen. What an asshole. Oh, wait a minute. Didn't we see the screen fractured like this at one point? I feel like in one of the hallucination or flashback sequences we saw the screen like this. I think I already feel the ship rumba tumbling through space again. Ha! Back to the Future. Okay, let me get the accent, then I know I have some chat messages to catch up on. So, just curious. Oh, so you can only use it in specific locations. Okay. Yeah, let me check up on chat. Saria says... Oh, wait, hang on a second. Shinigami says, I understand your stance. What song you play on the guitar? I think the last one I played was Hydro City from Sonic Adventure... not Sonic Adventure, just Sonic the Hedgehog 3. One of my favorite songs. You said you've been thinking about how to write your female characters. That makes sense. Topic returned again on TikTok with some people trying to pull a well actually with the female characters. What do you mean by a well actually? I'd be curious what you're referring to there. Let me see if I can... Yeah, I can only use it in a specific space, huh? See, sometimes drop in listening to mom whenever she practices to play the piano. Oh, that's lovely. That's cool. Do you play any instruments yourself? I don't know if I've ever asked you that. What do you mean you can't use this here? Use it right there. What What are you talking about? Use the axe. Supposed to use it on this? Oh, okay. Let's see. Let me catch up on chat. Sawyer says, I think the Paris is fine with the people. I just don't like the city itself. Oh, okay, I got you. Because I hate big cities. Yeah, I'm the same way. Went to New York once on my hypercusis was insane. Yeah, I think you mentioned that. We talked about how like it's really really cool for like a few hours, and then it's like nope, 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 too much stimulus. It was just like hell yeah, I understand. But out here we have no neighbors. It's just like this is nice, no noise, no need to bother me, just family. Yeah, that sounds really lovely. Honestly, I could use something like that myself. Maybe I'll see if I can like escape with my partner for a little while. Just go someplace quiet. Um, you know what an Airbnb is? Yeah, I kind of felt stupid as I was saying that. I kind of figured there's got to be that there's some in Japan and there's some in Italy. I know for sure. So I figured it's probably um, a worldwide thing, but I didn't want to assume. Your mom uses it sometimes instead of going to a hotel. Yeah, I generally prefer it to going to a hotel as well. Hotels in Finland are apparently very expensive. Oh yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Um, More so as moving, and it was better for to get an Airbnb instead of hotel. My mom was very methodical. Yeah, I can be very precise when planning for holidays and stuff like that too. Takes me forever to do the research. I'm gonna say if you fuck that up, I'm a Sonic fan. Yeah, man, like I grew up playing Sonic games. I don't know if I'm a Sonic fan per se because I'm not like all that into the lore and like the modern games, but the soundtracks especially have a special place in my heart. And like I've seen the recent movies and I really enjoyed them. You know, I guess I am a Sonic fan. I'm just not like a die-hard fan. Like I'm not as into it as I am into Naruto. Shinigami says I'm referring to the writing. I think most of the writing these days focuses on the agenda. Oh, okay. Get a female characters who feels like a character. Adam Eve feels like a character, but she's rare. Hence why I move on from Western media to Eastern. Yeah, I think that makes sense. That makes sense. Get the others. Oh, cool. Okay, so I got both of them. All right. So now can I go talk to? Oh, she left. It's actually kind of startling. I really like seeing moments where characters like actively move around and have agency, even if it's minor like that, because it just adds a little bit extra life to the world. But also, like as silly as it sounds, especially if you're using your own engine, or even if you're using a pre-existing engine, depending on how deep into it you get, pathfinding and getting enemies to move around, or enemies, just characters, pawns in general, to move around, um, can be a lot trickier than you think in terms of getting things to look smooth and blend smoothly and just feel like not immersion breaking. So I think like I forget if we actually see characters like autonomously navigating the environment, but I think for a game like this, that actually makes more sense to just kind of have characters in poses in various locations and then kind of move them quietly around when they're out of frame. It just I don't know. It feels like a better use of resources than trying to spend your limited resources to develop like a pathfinding tech or whatever, or to polish an existing one. Oh wow, Jim, you did it. Yeah, it actually wasn't that hard once I figured it out. Amazing, really. Sure. I hate to ask you again, but could you give Curly his painkillers? It still just makes me so nauseous. You're not serious. Look, I've entertained your sentimentality up until now, but I'm trying to actually fix things on you. Whoa, oh, that was great. I'm getting us through this. I it's find the code scanner, then oh that's cool. They're using like the meta UI elements to kind of reinforce the or to recall the narrative. That's really smart. Get the axe, chop up the foam, but not too much. And best of all, give Curly his fucking medicine. Yeah, and they put that in the UI too. I love it when games do that when they play with like the presentation or whatnot. But I'm bearing it. I have to because the captain has to take fucking responsibility on this goddamn ship. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Go make sure Daisuke doesn't choke on his own vomit. No, 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 I can. I'll take care of it, Anya. I always do. Yeah, so I mean, obviously that's kind of a douchey response from him. Uh, but I do kind of like the fact that, I don't know, I think having characters that are very flawed and who make like awful mistakes um, are worth exploring as well in media. Just depends on um, how you comment on them. So this is cool. Sometimes I like dealing with characters that aren't necessarily heroes or even villains, but just you know, just flawed normal people being kind of fucked up and maybe trying and maybe failing to deal with their shit. It's kind of a realistic and reasonable thing. Potentially deadly to ingest. Oh dear. Painkillers. Use here. I wonder if I have any agency over, like, did he leave? No, he's over here. Okay. I wonder if I can give him anything. Don't judge me. I'm just experimenting with the mechanics. Can't use this here. Yeah, it's kind of weird to me that there aren't more options of what to do things, but I think there's a specific narrative that the game is trying to go for. That's fine. Oh, excuse me. Shinigami says the topic this day is that they want more female characters in shonen, the magazine for teenage boys. They don't touch shoujo, the magazine for teenage girls. That's not what she said. Shinigami says Saria. She says she wants more female characters in anime. Oh, yeah, I'm not exactly sure what conversation you're referring to there, Shinigami, but frankly, I think that just because like a series is targeted towards a specific demographic doesn't mean we necessarily have to like maintain the tropes of that form of media. So like I think the idea that like I would reject the idea that teenage boys couldn't enjoy a story with a female protagonist, right? Like I think maybe teenage boys tend to prefer stories about, I don't know, like battle and adventure, and I think about like Dragon Ball and One Piece and even Bleach and Naruto. You know, a lot of times characters who are good fighting against evil, going on adventures to exotic locations, and meeting friends and forging allies and defeating bad guys. I mean, none of that has to be relegated to a male protagonist, right? And but oftentimes like they are male protagonists. So having some variety could definitely be a positive thing. I don't think that should affect like I don't know. Hopefully that makes some sense. I don't think that like boys are only interested in reading stories about boys, if that makes sense. Um, Let me see. I wonder. uh, no, it won't even let me. Okay, I'm glad. Like I'm not actively trying to fuck with the game or whatever, but yeah, I don't think I understood the pressure you were under before. Fuck, and you tried to tell me our worst moments don't make us monsters, huh? You were a good Captain Curly, and you'll be one again. We'll get us both through this. Those subtle sounds are so disturbing. I like the fact that sound design is very oh, did it pseudo glitch again? Yeah. I like the fact that oh, holy shit. Okay. Um that sound design is very how would I put it? Very subtle and organic. Let me get the fuck out here. It's like it's very intimate, right? It's like not overproduced or over engineered. But I'll catch up on chat, but I think I should probably focus on what's going on here for a second and then catch up with you guys later. So I'm not ignoring you, but I just want to make sure that I stay in the moment. Okay, so I took the metal pipe. Oh, what the fuck? That's cool. I love that. I wonder if I hit the pause menu, is it? Yeah, they did change the color of the pause menu too. Sometimes like developers will hide little secrets in the meta UI elements, which is cool. But yeah, something as subtle as being like 6 hours till judgment, um, that was a really cool moment. Because especially in horror games, you can take refuge from the like things like UI elements being safe or like being consistent or whatever, and so when the game fucks with stuff like that, it screws with your sense of I don't know, sense of safety, sense of normalcy, which is very powerful in a horror context, especially. Use rope. Oh, maybe I can use it to bar the door somehow. Probably this. Okay. Um. Oh yeah. Okay. What I thought. Can I also use this? Hi. So it's interesting. I wonder if I'm like flashing forward, um, and back in time. Like, canonically speaking, is all of this like just fragmented memories that my character is having after the fact? Um, should be really interesting to figure out exactly what the chronology of all of this is. Okay, now let me catch up on chat. This seems like a good quote unquote resting point. Um, so Shinigami said, game has a female main character. Sure, Akiyama is more popular in the intelligence Skelly community, but now is the main character. I actually love seeing her suffer through being an honest person to a T, stupidly honest, and she has to navigate this environment where everyone has to lie, and she resolves everything through her own kindness. That actually sounds like a nice, like a interesting core conflict or core premise for a story. Like, um, trying to not let the dishonesty and the manipulation of life get you down and maintain your honesty even though that's naive. I think that's something that Naruto deals with as well. Like, he's called naive for holding his ideals as simplistic as they might seem, but part of him being a hero means sticking to those ideals and maintaining them, right? Shinigami says, I know, but everyone responding to the people who list manga and anime have that female characters pull that obvious goalpost shift. I'm not really sure what you're referring to there. I consume media that is targeted for women to, like, Totally Spies and Winx Club. But the point is that what do you expect from a magazine targeted for boys generally? I guess, like, so here's something. If you're interested in game development, I would encourage you to listen to the audiobook of or read a book called Console Wars. It's a really good book that kind of goes through the story of how Sega of America came to be and the whole sort of process of competition between them and Nintendo and Sony and all of the intricacies and the political goings on that kind of went on behind the scenes. Really, really interesting read. But in it, I think they made the point that basically Nintendo wasn't sure whether or not to call their some of this might be I might be getting some of the details wrong, but basically weren't sure what to call the handheld console yet in America, and they also weren't sure what part of the aisle to put it in terms of like the for boys or for girls toy aisle. But they basically just decided, like based on some a relatively minor what should call it whim, that they should put it in the boy section, right? So they decided for their own marketing purposes that the Game Boy was for boys, and then eventually they made some games for girls, but it was like, they might make a Barbie game that a girl could play, but they decided that the games were going to um, be targeted towards boys for a pretty arbitrary reason. And then that set this paradigm that lasted all this time, that video games were for boys. And then, like, if you were a girl, you were playing with a boy's toy, right? It's entirely arbitrary. I think a lot of the gender role stuff and the gender, how do you say, like the media being targeted at a specific gender is entirely arbitrary, and it's just based on trend and tradition. And like, yeah, sure, there's a precedent for it going back in history. Under the rule of like feudal lords, as an example, the aristocracy wanted more men to be fighters and farmers, and they wanted more women to make more men who would be fighters and farmers. And so there was this paradigm that like the rich people who were controlling things and waging wars with each other, they viewed the general populace as like a labor force, and consisting of people who would do the work or people who would produce more people to do the work. And so um, a lot of, I guess you could call it propaganda or like morals or whatever you want to, however you want to phrase it, but like this ethos was instilled in the populace that like for men it is good to double down on and focus on the things that are most useful to the ruling class, like making food and fighting. And in the meantime, women, you're not really useful for all that much. Just take care of the house, take care of the little babies, and make more babies. Because ultimately, what we want is more soldiers and farmers. Because what we want is more power and control. And we view everybody as an appendage to our desires for power and control. That has been such a persistent and pernicious viewpoint throughout most of human history. And I think you'll find if you go back through a lot of the assigned gender behaviors, assigned gender toys and roles. Like, there's a reason why little boys play with guns and soldiers and little girls play with dolls and houses. It's not necessarily because, like, genetically or in your brain, like, a girl wouldn't enjoy playing Cowboys and Indians or whatever, although maybe we should retire that particular game. But, like, wouldn't enjoy playing some sort of game with a violent component, or even that, like, a boy wouldn't have a nurturing like fatherly instinct and want to play house and pretend to like raise a family or whatever. It's just those tend to be the trends because they're part of this enduring trope in our society, and that trope tends to benefit like the military industrial complex tends to benefit societies that's like ruling classes, monarchs, etc., who want to have a deployable force that they can then use to conquer, take over, subjugate other nations, and defend their own borders. Sure, but it's like it's a whole thing, right? So, I personally, I think all those gender divides and the tropes and everything should just be fucking set on fire. At this point, everybody should make art that they want to make because they want to make it, and they should. We should all be encouraged. Like, if you're a 60-year-old Vietnam, well, probably older than that. Like, let's just say if you're an old like military veteran and you want to watch My Little Pony and Teletubbies, fuck it. If it brings you joy, who gives a shit? Somebody calls you gay for that and tries to say that it's like bad or that you're a pussy or whatever. That's such stale old rhetoric. It like doesn't matter. Just like consume the things that you want and don't let anybody else ever like try to take that away from you. Same thing with like shonen manga. I think a lot of people in my school, at least, if they could get over the fact that they were terrified of other boys calling them gay for being into Sailor Moon, that they would actually really enjoy it. Like, it's a really cool universe, really cool characters. It's a very influential series, but nobody in my school like wanted to touch it because it was for girls. And because of that, because we all decided that like, oh well, it's not for us, it's verboten, like we can't touch it, otherwise we'll be branded as social outcasts, as social pariahs. We denied ourselves the potential to enjoy this genuinely fun, beautiful, awesome thing. I mean, I'm saying based on the reputation, I still haven't seen it, which is probably a mistake because we're so terrified of like being emasculated or whatever. This sort of, I'm not trying to come down hard on you or to like argue with you, Shinigami. I don't think you're saying anything wrong, but you've reminded me of this like the gender barriers, the gender paradigms are just so frustrating because I think it just becomes like this form of self-propagating gatekeeping that we all in that so many of us engage in, and at the end of the day, it just results in us like keeping ourselves and each other away from things that we would otherwise enjoy. Like, what the fuck is the point of that? It's just art, man. Like, let's just chill and just enjoy things and not judge each other for that. It's my perspective anyway. Saria says, if your response to we need more female characters is to start naming female characters, that is an issue because if you name the male main characters, I promise that the list goes on longer. Doesn't prove anything. It adds to the point. Yeah, so I think that makes sense. I think part of the issue that I think we've talked about before, I think we probably agree on this, Saria, is that it's not just about it's about tropes, right? Like going back to our Anita Sarkeesian and tropes versus women in gaming. Her point wasn't that it's like bad for any game at all ever to have a male protagonist or like a trophy female character. Like, you can make a game like that if you want to. It doesn't mean you're a horrible person. But at the same time, it's like when the vast majority of female characters are portrayed according to a certain trope, they're only given a specific role, they're only portrayed in a certain way, then yeah, it feels kind of demoralizing. It feels kind of gross and icky, and maybe we should try to fix that trope. So, Shinigami, to your point again, like, I think basically we should just try to be aware of whether or not the tropes, the stereotypes are actually benefiting us, and if not, we should just get rid of them. Like, fuck it. You say you're not judging anyone, you just judge on the intent. I think I understand where you're coming from. Yeah. Anya says, yeah, I can't sleep. I know how that is. Just toss and turn or stare at the ceiling all night. I actually kind of like the nighttime window screen. It is kind of lovely, if you can believe it. So I just come look at it sometimes. If you look really, really close, you can see there's a dead pixel in the upper right corner. Huh. That's so. Nope, don't see it. In the back of my mind, it's always there. Now I'll go bonkers looking for it. Cheers. I don't think it ruins the illusion, though. It's peaceful. But maybe I'm just used to looking at the bigger picture. Okay. This is a nice little metaphor. How many days of transport do we have left? Let's see, off the top of my head. Around 237 days, damn. Just under 8 months. Hey, why do you think Pony Express put a lock on the medical room door, but not in the sleeping quarters? I suppose for the same reason they put a lock on the cockpit. Oh, safety. I feel like this is the sort of game where maybe this is just my brain, but like I won't fully understand it until having played through it multiple times. Things are starting to get pieced together, but they are, shall we say, splintered and fragmented and shattered. And it's probably going to take me a while to ruminate on what the messages this game is trying to convey. But at the same time, I really do like that metaphor of the dead pixel. And of course, now, well, there's a lot of them, but I wonder. I wonder if they actually did put one in there. I wonder if you search for it, if you would find it, or maybe it only shows up at night. See, now I'm gonna do the same thing that the character was gonna do, and like try to search for it. I feel like I'm hearing a subtle sound. Let me boost my audio a little. Oh shit! Hi. But can they walk around? Jimmy, it's a total emergency. Calm down. What is it? Anya is stuck in medical. The door won't open. What if she runs out of something? Not the brightest bulb in the box, huh? Let's go have a look. We gotta hurry. Okay, I'll go. Okay, let's go. Oh, so they do actually have some pathfinding. Or are they just doing creepy Watson? Let's see. Oh, they are. Okay. So I might use the term creepy Watson sometimes. There was this game called, I think it was called Holmes and Watson, but it might have just been called Sherlock Holmes that came out around the time when I was working on the first game that I was working on. And basically, it's like a detective game, right? Where you play as Sherlock Holmes and there's Watson who follows you around, but they couldn't afford to or didn't decide to um, uh, animate the characters walking. So basically, they programmed it so that as long as you maintain line of sight to um, the character can never move, and they can never move in such a way as they will enter your line of sight either. But when you break line of sight with them and you're not looking at them, then they can teleport to your location. So I'm not sure how they're implementing it in this game. Maybe they're only having him stay there. But I wonder if I turn around. Okay, yeah. So they're basically just doing that, right? Like, oh, and also there's no collision on him, so you can stand inside his head. Which honestly, as weird as that is, it makes sense because if they're not implementing a real solution to have him walk around, then there's no way for him to like back up if you bump into him. So this is, it makes sense that they wouldn't, that you can like walk through them. But you can hear him moving in the background, like they've added footstep sounds. So when they trigger his movement as a character, they play footstep sounds to reinforce that motion. But as you can see, like it's not actually literally happening. So they must be like estimating how far away. Like he's not like literally colliding with his feet on the ground. So they must be like making an estimate of how far he is away, and then just like quote unquote moving his position. But they don't actually have um, like an animated model that is actively animating. They're just kind of faking it with sound effects, right? Which makes sense. That I think is actually a really clever solution, and the point is to maintain the illusion, right? And I think they're doing a good job of that. Shinigami says, I think personally some people wouldn't like my main female character, for example, because she doesn't align with their agendas. I mean, like, I think I understand what you're saying, and that might be the case, but I wouldn't. I'm very like cautious of dismissing somebody's perspective based on like agenda. So if I don't like something because I perceive it as being homophobic, then people in the past, like in certain servers or whatever, people have just said, okay, well, get your gay agenda or get your like queer agenda out of here. Well, my queer agenda is I would like for queer people to be represented nicely, please, and to be treated nicely, please. So, I mean, like, sure, some people are very agenda driven. I guess you could phrase it that way, and they might have specific things they're trying to achieve. Um, and that goes for, all political sides and perspectives. Like, we all usually have perspectives and things that we care about, and we have agendas that we ascribe to. But I would just kind of encourage you to listen to what the core of the message is, and not to just dismiss their perspective based on the fact that they have an agenda at all. Like Sage basically tried to do that to me when I was disagreeing with him recently. I was like, "Here is my perspective and why I think you are incorrect," and he responded, "Hey everybody, just so everybody knows, John is biased and has an agenda." Like, okay, that doesn't have anything to do with what I said though. Like, yeah, I have biases. Yeah, I have an agenda because I'm a human being and I care about shit. But that doesn't mean that I'm right or wrong about this, you know? So hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Hello, friend. Anya, I brought Jimmy. We're here to rescue you. Don't worry. Don't panic. Okay, he's just gonna say that. Open the door. I have a feeling this is not gonna work. Hey, I heard the lock's broken. Hey, Anya, can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you, Jimmy. The rest of our medicine stash is in there too. Damn, this could be bad. Did you try to really put your back into it? Any wrenches laying around? How heavy is the medkit? I don't think she's trying very hard to get out. I'm getting that impression. Anya, is the door stuck? No, yeah. What do you mean? Look, we're all stressed. You can't go breaking down at every little hardship. Wow, Jimmy is not a good boss. Open the damn door. You were right. You were right all along. I should have done this from the beginning. I always believed that our worst moments didn't define us, didn't make us beyond repair. You think I wanted this either? Make no mistake, this isn't my worst moment. Damn, far from it. It's the best decision I'll ever make. I don't like where this is going. Open the door. I'll take care of it. Anya. Oh, wait. What does that mean? Curly is still in there with her, right? Yeah, you don't think... I scam. You and Swansea know the internals of the ship better than anyone. There's absolutely no other way into medical? Well, Swansea said it was strictly off limits. Like, super mega not allowed above all else. Utility room. That busted vent in there loops into medical, but I mean, technically a person could totally fit through it. If that's the only way, we'll make it work. You listening, Anya? Fine. Come on, dice game. So, we're gonna have to really hurry, I bet. Just go check out utility, right? Yeah, for sure. I like this. There's some tension ratcheting up. I mean, like, I totally expected things weren't exactly going to end well. Um, but yeah, it's I've been watching this show with my partner called The Pit, and she has she's a doctor, and so um, it's been it's been very like helpful for me to watch the show because I'm getting a chance of seeing um, a little bit behind the scenes, so to speak, of what her career is like and the pressures that she deals with. She doesn't work in the ER like they do, but she has done work in the ER before, and so it's very real. And one of the things that it interrogates and observes, so to speak, is the behavior of the or like the character and the role of the shift leader, whatever his name is, played by Noah Wild, Dr. Robbie, uh, and he like the pressures that he has to deal with in basically like having all of these lives in the palm of his hands every day, and all these people under him that he has to take care of and all that. And in the first, he's almost portrayed as like kind of a flawed hero, but in the second, I'm not going to spoil anything, but they examine a different side of it, and it kind of reminds me of some of the ways in which Jimmy is acting, and then the ripples and the repercussions of that. Like, you can sympathize with him for the way he acts in the moment because of all the stress and pressure he's dealing with. Like, it's enormous. Nobody should have to deal with that. But at the same time, it's like you do assume a certain responsibility, and once you have that responsibility, you have to be very careful about how you use it. I know it's cheesy, I know it's corny, but you know the Spider-Man line, say it with me, with great power comes great responsibility. And I think that like it's not to be disrespected, it's not to be undervalued, right? Let's see. Let me catch up on chat. Oh yeah, that was a jump scare. Yeah, Sherlock Holmes game. I don't know if it's any good. I never played it, but it's like sort of one of those point and click adventure games. I think with oh not point and click because you can move your character around, but yeah, it's like an exploration, puzzle solving, clue deduction sort of game. You might like it. It's probably like 10 years old or so now, maybe even a little older. Um, Saria said, yes, John, exactly a good example of this is how Korra was sabotaged by Nickelodeon. They thought boys wouldn't like seeing a girl fight and a girl main character, but that first season was successful. Yeah, and you know what? In a way, you're probably right. In a way that in the same way that I think people like missed out on Sailor Moon because boys, quote unquote, wouldn't like a show with girls in it. Um, I think that the only way that we're going to that like how can I phrase this? Artists and creatives, like people who make things, like any form of art that then gets put out there into the world, have an opportunity to contribute positively to that conversation and try to challenge some of those mores or those paradigms or whatever. So you're probably they were probably right that boys would be more inclined to uh, prefer if they had to choose a series about another series about Aang or about Zuko or some other male character than they would to by default pick a show about Korra. But I think if you or a female character at all, but I think if you drill down into why that is, sure, maybe some of it is just like latent brain genetic misogyny, but I don't think so. I think it has a lot more to do with the paradigms and the roles that we assume are true. But we need to break that down. So I think the existence of season one, or the existence of Korra at all, um, is a positive thing, and more even and nuanced and varied representation is something that we all benefit from. Shinigami says, I was once compared to critical, oh my god, the critical drinker because I was criticizing Madara, removed myself with people because I didn't align with them. Dude, like, I'm sorry about that. Like, being compared to anybody like critical drinker is kind of like uh, an insult in my opinion. It's like if somebody ever compared me to Sargon of Akkad, I would need to seriously reevaluate my life choices and be like, wow, I don't want to ever be associated with somebody like that. So I must have done something really wrong. Um, Saria says, and then what happened? We got season two, and they tried to cancel it again because they didn't think Korra's good for girls because it's so action packed. Yeah, that sucks too. Like so it's basically just a bunch of like toxic masculine prejudice about what girls can and can't or should or shouldn't do and watch and stuff. Book two is successful. They had to greenlight book three, so they go, okay, we're gonna move Korra to online. That way, there's no way this show is successful again. Oh, they moved it online. I didn't even realize that. I guess because I've always just watched it via Netflix, either on the disc delivery, if you remember that from a million years ago, or from the website itself. Sorry, says, oh, your Shinigami says my only focus is being around good people. I respect that. Yeah, I think it's important to cultivate a good community. Um, Sorry says, and by the time we get to book four, Mike and Brian didn't have the time to dive deeply into Korasami. Yeah, that felt like as the term queer baiting. It felt like that was queer baiting. I think I heard a lot of people say that they were upset about the way that Korasami was introduced and handled. Unfortunately, Sorry also says, but it was also successful. Patriarchal conservative views tried to kill Korra. Yeah, fuck that. But because society wants to be progressive, society it survived even with the odds stacked against it. I'm fucking glad that it did. It's not my favorite show. I might prefer the original Avatar to it, but that being said, I'm really glad that it exists, and I'm also glad that we're getting. It's a female protagonist for the new Avatar series, right? I would be happy to see more of Aang, but also I think we need more cool female protagonists in general. So yeah. Yes, she's a doctor, not Dr. Mario or House. No, your main female character, Sashinigami, is a very traditional, feminine, and adorable woman. Sure, she can fight, but she doesn't lose her femininity. The story focuses on how she connects towards people. Yeah, that's totally fine. Personally, there are more people I don't want to be associated with, like a plagiarist and people who defended him. Yeah, that I also wouldn't want to be associated with that. Have you seen H Bomber Guy's video on plagiarism in YouTube? That's a fucking like the 4 hour masterpiece. I highly recommend that. What a great breakdown of the whole like plagiarism scene and trend on YouTube. Very disappointing too because one of the people he talks about I was a fan of, but what are you gonna do? But yeah, I mean, this is the last thing I think I want to say about this. But like something to keep in mind about feminism is that I would call myself a feminist. What I mean by that is that like I believe in gender equality. So regardless of what your gender is, whether it fits into a binary or not, that you should be given equal opportunities and privileges, and basically be treated and regarded as an equal, in terms of your inherent value as a person, regardless of whatever um, your gender happens to be. And I think that that means that people, regardless of their gender, will be able to make the decisions that are freely with autonomy, without being restricted by society or condemned by a patriarchy or anything like that. And so being a trad wife, a traditional wife, and being quote unquote submissive to your husband, and wanting to stay at home and tend the home and raise babies, that doesn't make you like not a feminist. And like feminism doesn't exclude you from being that way. In the same way that, wanting to get rid of toxic masculinity and being a feminist doesn't mean like men can't be like buff, burly firefighters, and be in the military, and like lumberjacks and stuff like that, and can't drink beer and smell bad and whatever, like throw back a brewski with the bros. No, the whole point is that like we just try to remove toxicity and make life better for everyone and give everybody an equal shot. So I think traditional femininity and traditional masculinity are great and beautiful in their own right. And I am a man. I consider myself to be pretty masculine. I don't know if I'd go around ever like saying that really, like I'm a masculine man, I'm a manly man, but like I have the traditional masculine attributes, right? Like, and I'm a larger dude, and so I like that about myself. I wouldn't want to change that about myself, and I have female friends who in the past have been like, oh, I just want to be a house mother and I want to like raise kids. I'm gonna have to turn in my feminism card, and like they have felt self-conscious about that, but there's no reason to, because it's like the goal that we're shooting for, the world that we envision, is just a world where everybody can be treated equally, with respect, given equal opportunities, uh, being presented with equity, and then they can use that as a platform to do whatever they want with their life, as long as it doesn't hurt other people. So yeah, being a traditional wife or being like a female marine or whatever, they are equally feminist, as long as we live in a society where people are allowed to be who they are without being like molested, not in the poor choice of words, without being harassed and pigeonholed and caged by society. So, moving on. Sad to hear that you skip H Bomber Guy. I think he provides really great analysis, and that plagiarism in YouTube video is excellent. It's really really well researched, really well formulated, super informative. The Roblox oof video as well, genuinely fucking great. Um, Equality inherently exists to me. I just view everyone as equally worthy targets. Yeah. So regarding the save in Italian, like you could describe something as like un rumore molesto, which means like a sound that bothers you, right? It's like molestire is like more used in the term of to harass and to bother. In English, it has more of a sexual connotation, I guess. I guess, but for me, it's like sometimes I'm used to hearing that word be used to mean like to annoy someone or to harass or make their day more difficult. So sorry if that was a poor choice of words, but you have to understand like one of my favorite sketches is by a comedy group called Aldo Giovanni e Giacomo, Italian comedy group, and they're doing this skit of like uh, cops who are investigating a house that has a party late at night, and they're saying like, "Ho sentito rumori molesti ed anche odori molesti," and he's just saying like, "I heard like awful disturbing sounds and also awful disturbing smells." Coming out from the apartment. Not that there was anything sketchy going on, you know what I mean? Because they were having a loud party and cooking what was it, sardines and pasta, I think was the premise. Anyway, sorry, I said I understood what you meant exactly as a French Italian. Yeah, okay, so you know what I'm talking about. I appreciate it. No, it's okay, Shinigami. Without that context, it's like that's why I wanted to take a moment to explain because it's like it's not your ignorance. It's just the uh, language or cultural barriers, you know, sometimes it's a little awkward, but it's totally fine. So let's talk to these guys. Like, I think that's enough for now. Let's just get back to the game. Gosh, man, oh man, I don't like this at all. What could Anya be thinking? We should go check on utility, right? Oh, we're already here. Okay, let's talk to this dude. Drink of water, one sec. I know you said utility was dangerous, but I'm good right here, fellas. You know I'm not letting you in there. Off limits. Look, if there's any possibility, Jimbo, letting you scratch at that foam wall would be useless. You'd only tear this goddamn ship a new asshole. Very eloquent. Nothing to be done about it. Bad luck. Tail missed the donkey. Oh, like pin the tail on the donkey? But Swansea, this could be really bad. Just hear us out. We're God's handpicked favorites on this here planet, I reckon. Means we get to name it. So let's hear it for Wake Rock. Whatever's going on anywhere else ain't my problem. Since I'm the happiest man Wake Rock has ever seen. I don't know about that. Let's just go, Daisuke. There's no point with him breaking down. Oh, damn. He says, don't do anything. Stop, stop, stop. I can fix this. Why do you keep fucking saying that? Are you hearing yourself? I'm sorry. We still have disinfectant, right? The one from the extra medical stash? Get it now. The cocktail. You. The cocktail. What are you blabbering about? Was it the cocktail that I made in the kitchen? Is that kind of getting reincorporated? It was your fault. You would never have. I had no choice. You goddamn fucking idiot. There has to be something else. I already have it. Maybe this will help. It's not doing anything. Oh, sick. That's awesome. The sense of creeping dread in this game is just fucking phenomenal. It's really on point aesthetically. Yeah, I was in here. I took it out. What the fuck? Okay. Was that there before? I think that's new. Whoa. Oh, that's so cool. Do I still have that thing in my inventory? No, I guess not. Oh, it's totally like obscuring the light. Oh, look at that. Well, that glitch effect is awesome. Can I even... I guess I can't even like see him. I think I could still make out his outline. Yeah, there's his hand, right? Maybe. Kind of hard to tell. That's such a cool effect. I really want to know how they did that. I love it when people incorporate like effects like that. You can kind of make out the edge. Honestly, it would be really cool to have like an entire level where like have you ever seen those videos? Actually, I can't really pull it up right now, but if you go to YouTube and you search for like bad apple but it disappears every time you pause the video, somebody like made a music video out of that Toho song Bad Apple, where they basically like made it out of uh black and white like static almost, so that like when the characters move, the static also moves and you can see it in motion. But if you pause the video, the outlines of the characters are indistinguishable from the background, and so the images immediately disappear. It's this really cool like optical illusion, I guess, where like the shapes that you're seeing are defined exclusively by their motion, by the delta between their silhouette and the background. It's really, really, really cool. It kind of reminds me of that effect. And I would love like an entire game where you basically are navigating these abstract environments and you have to like kind of go out of your way to identify. Because like when I move like this, right, like you can see, okay, there's an object there. Maybe it's the IV drip stand or whatever, and you can kind of make out where the border of it is because you can perceive the depth as I move back and forth. But if I stop, then it kind of goes away, and very quickly your brain starts to perceive it differently. Like you can only really tell where it is because it's moving, as opposed to here, like you can very clearly tell like where this object on the wall is. Very, very cool technique. Very impressive. Oh, there's a hatch over there. Hello, friend. Is that disinfectant? No. I'm already looking in here. At least trying to make yourself useful. Okay, going down here. At least he made it out to the other side. We can still help him. Oh, is it Curly? Did Curly like manage to crawl down there? That must have been fucking agonizing. Okay. Well, let's keep going and explore. Ing. Wonder how the horse is doing. Awesome. I love it. Um, let's see. Shinigami says, I do have lots of female characters, but people seem to appreciate that my rich one has agency of her own. Yeah, I think that's important, right? Um, like, look, I think let's take like Full Metal Alchemist as an example, right? Uh, in a vacuum, you could potentially say that that one little character who fawns over Alphonse, who's just like, oh, I want him to be my husband, and I want him to whisk me away and be like a prince, a knight in shining armor. That's kind of relying on a misogynistic trope, and if that's the only character that you saw from that show, I think you could be like reasonably be like, oh, this is kind of creepy and weird, especially since she's so young, and maybe because she's young, it still stays weird, but at the same, oh shit, that's such a cool way of like reorienting me. Take care of it, responsibility. Um, that's a really cool way of. Oh no, I guess it's making me go back up. Yeah, that's a really cool way of kind of messing with your head. Um, I think I'll answer your question and then I'll focus on the game for a little while because I think I'm just sort of uh, breaking the immersion. I don't mean to. But yeah, so like it's a little weird, especially since he's young. But to be fair, it's probably the case that young girls can think about like, oh, one day when I grow up, I want to meet a prince. It's kind of a common trope, right? Um, and have the prince whisk me away, and I'll be a princess in a castle. It's a pretty common sort of thing, sort of trope. Um, but then if you look at the other characters in the show, like Risa Hawkeye, and then General Armstrong and Winry, and even like I never remember her name, like Curtis, the house mother, right, or housewife. She literally comes out and says like, I am a housewife, and she's proud of that fact, and that's her primary identity. That's the primary way that she like describes herself publicly. I am a housewife. But she's also like a strong alchemist and a wise teacher and like has a fiery personality. So like she the series itself presents a variety of different characters with different desires and different what would you call it, like just personalities, and therefore it feels to me like a well-rounded, well-representative show. um yeah. Who are my female characters? I'll have to think about that. But I see Robert on a whim has joined. How are you doing, Robert? Thank you so much for checking out the stream. I hope you are doing well. Quiet from MGS5 is an interesting one. I have very mixed feelings about Quiet. Um, and I think I'm seeing a trend here with Lulu from the Fifth Element. I really do like Ripley from Alien. Yeah, Ripley's a great character. I'll have to think. I really liked a lot of the female characters in Arcane, like V or Vi rather. She was fucking great. Caitlyn as well, Jinx as well. Um, but yeah, I'm really bad of thinking of examples off the top of my head. But I genuinely really liked a lot of the like pretty much every character in that series. It was so good. Yeah, FMA is excellent. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, so I'm gonna focus on the game for a little bit here because I think I feel like I'm interrupting kind of a pivotal scene. And then I'll catch up with chat once I've made a little bit of progress. Yeah, nothing ominous about this. Let's see. What does it say? Can't quite make it out. Saper di Dari? Oh, wait. It wants me to use this? Code scanner. Oh, shit, it disappeared. There's a trail of blood leading over there. Okay. What happens if I turn this off? This is just going to lead back up. Okay. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, is this the room where all the mouthwash was? It was kind of terrifying. Oh, yeah, okay, here we go. I know there's a jump scare coming. Whoa, holy shit. Dude, that's so cool. I love this shit. Ooh, that sound was fucking terrifying. Oh yeah, Robert Furiosa. Furiosa's a great choice. They say be quiet. I really hope they don't do like a run from the monster type thing. They probably will. A blind beast, aimless and restless, you can't run from it. Okay. Well, I do tend to not really like these kinds of mechanics, but let's see what they have in store. The soundscape is definitely like making me paranoid, which I think is probably the intention. Is that's really cool visual distortion there. Is that the like part of the beast or related to the beast? No, I just can't. Oh shit, okay. Oh, I love that. That's such a cool effect. Gonna have to find my way around, I guess. This kind of reminds me of the sequence in the beginning of Amnesia. Whoa. Oh, that waspy tone of the background soundscape is so fucking cool. It's like it feels like it's like digging into my skull. Oh, that's so good. The sound design there is fucking awesome. Oh, hi. Oh my god, okay. I wasn't sure if they were actually going to like make a creature. I really don't want to do this like cat and mouse thing though. I'm gonna see if I can just sprint through it. Try to be quiet. Okay, so it left. Alright. As far as things like this go, I guess this is acceptable. I just don't like tend to really like these kinds of mechanics because it's just like so much waiting around for something to happen. You know, I'd much rather be active than passive. That's why I don't really vibe with stealth games all that much. Although there are some that I really like Dishonored is a classic. That's such a cool way of like indicating where the enemy is without like being explicit about it. But of course, yeah, now I have an extremely small window in which to act because anything I do is gonna bring him over here, right? I love how they're like introducing that little like that little um bee almost sound, like a buzzing wasp in your ear when it gets closer to kind of indicate that you're in more danger. Very, very smart sound design choice. I think I'm dead. I think I fucked up. Can I just, like, stand still? I don't move. Okay, that's actually more fair than similar mechanics in other games have been. Okay, that's fine. Still not my favorite type of thing, but it's like, it seems to be implemented pretty well. Oh shit, okay. I thought I was safe. Nice little screen distortion effect there to kind of indicate its proximity as well. Oh god, that's so terrifying. I think part of the reason why I don't tend to like these mechanics as much is because they feel like, yeah, I think I'm just repeating myself, right? They just kind of feel passive. It's like, I really wish there was something more I could do. I just kind of have to wait. And I guess it's effective at building tension, but also I don't find it super compelling. Is it attracted to the light? I think when it was close last time, that's why I died, right? Because I had the light on. As long as I don't have the light on and I'm not looking directly at it. When it's right there, if I sprint over there, it's probably gonna kill me. Fuck it, I'll try. Oh, hi, horse. Great. Oh, I wonder if this thing will make a noise and then I can, like, run away. Run down there or something. Oh, shit, okay. Bad breath ain't nothing but a dream. I'm sorry, I messed up. Don't try to talk. Cool. Catching up on chat a little bit. Shinigami says, "Let's see, I love Orihime from Bleach." I keep seeing that name come up. I feel like I should check that out eventually. Um, not Bleach specifically. Obviously, I've heard of Bleach, but Orihime is a character that I think I've heard multiple people reference at this point. So I should probably get to know more about who that character actually is. Anna Liebert from Monster, Asuka Tano, um, Adam Eve, Naomi Misora, all the Totally Spies and Wings Club girls. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to kind of bone up on a lot of on a lot of these characters because there are a lot of new names to me. Liar Game is definitely something I need to check out. Kim Possible, Katara. Yeah, those are good good choices. I think. Yeah, really cool. Saria says, starting to sound a little snack too. Really random, but I think I'm gonna DNF is that do not finish this book. Mostly because the straight romance is just really disengaging. It's supposed to be sapphic, and the sister can have a romance, but here's the thing: I don't care. I'm not reading this for her and her husband. I don't care about what's going on with them. This is supposed to be a sapphic book. Sappho, do you know the island of Lesbos? Lesbians? Get this man out of here. He's killing my vibes. I wonder if you felt the same way about the Wonder Woman movie, honestly. Um, but yeah, that's fair. I don't know if you remember Demolition D plus, but he had that great line. I can't say it. I'll DM it to you later. But yeah, I can understand. Um, Gojo glaze or Kakashi glaze, bro? I think Gojo is. Hmm. What do you mean? Like, which character would I personally glaze up more, or which do I think the community tends to glaze more? Daisuke says, I think the vent and utility connects to medical, but you heard what he said going in there now. It's too unstable. Trying to break the foam could risk the air seal. I just don't want to fuck up again like I did before. You heard Anya. I wouldn't put past her to do something extreme right now. You and me, Daisuke. We can save Curly, yeah? Swansea won't help, so we'll figure it out ourselves. Right. All right. Yeah. We got this. But even before the foam, how do we even get the door to utility open? Swansea's been practically camping in front of the door, and he has the key. I have an idea. You're going to have to trust me. We need to knock him out. You're going to fight him? No. Even he has to have his limits when it comes to booze. We make him pass out. Simple, safe. He might not even realize we did anything after the fact. There's a recipe for a mocktail in the kitchen. You can follow the steps. Oh, okay. Use different ingredients, add kick to it. Come on. I'm kind of pissed that it didn't remember that I made a mocktail. I think I did, right? Like, maybe I'm forgetting, but I definitely looked at the recipe, and I think I made one just for fun. Yeah, because I got the achievement, too. So, I am a little peeved that it didn't. Like, hopefully it's here on the counter or something. I don't have to do it again, but whatever. Which glaze is better in verse? I think Gojo, like, I've only seen up to the equivalent of season 1 in JJK, but I feel like Gojo, basically, whenever he shows up, he just kind of wins and is OP and, like, casually defeats characters that others have been struggling with. I haven't really seen any weakness or vulnerability from him yet, as far as I've gotten in the story. Whereas Kakashi, even in his first fight, like, he's represented as, like, this great, like, legendary Kakashi of the Shining Gun and stuff like that. But I mean, like, he really struggles against Zabuza, both times they fight, and consistently throughout the story, he's, like, not portrayed as any sort of god. Like, yeah, when he gets his DMS abilities, he's pretty fucking OP, but that's because he's literally got, like, Obito inside him, pause or don't pause. Um, so, you know, it's kind of an edge case, and he consistently describes himself as having been a failure um, at certain points, kind of similarly to Jiraiya, actually. So I don't think he's respected in the universe, but he's not glazed up as being like OP the way that Gojo is, where he just kind of shows up and like wins. Um, okay, let's see. Table of ingredients. Yes, okay. So we need for we could do the cake, the drink. Oh, great. Bring the drink with the culinary arm mixer. So we need mouthwash and isopropyl. Drink base and sweetener. Okay. So we can probably do that. I think I have. Oh, so now it's given me back this. Here's the mouthwash. Okay. So how do I isopropyl and mouthwash? Okay. Plain cocktail. And now, can I make some drink base and sweetener? Or like the mocktail and sweetener. Can I get the sweetener? Oh wait, no, the fabricator was over here, right? So I don't think I can actually do anything else. Yeah, plain cocktail. Can't use this here. We're out of sweetener. Any ideas? I might have accidentally at some point mistakenly misplaced a few packets before by accident. Buddy. You could take a look around my stuff. Could be somewhere around there, but also totally somewhere else. Yeah, thanks. Very helpful. The crasher jumbled everything up. Okay. I'm guessing his is the one with the Game Boy. Like that. Oh, yeah, there we go. Has it been there the whole time and I just haven't been able to focus on it? I wonder. Wait, so Daisuke's bed actually has another one right next to it. Does that mean he's like sleeping with somebody on the ship? Because there's a third bed over here, which is nearby, but it's not as close as buddy so to speak. And then there's this one all the way over here. So I wonder like which one corresponds to which character. Let's see. Kakashi has a glaze on site order. Yeah, but the way the narrator glazes Gojo is insane. Yeah, absolutely. I think that definitely has come across to me in the series. Why not? Because you saw Toro Gojo, actual line in the story. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Even if I'm not remembering that from the story itself, it's definitely like it definitely makes sense, right? Um, oh no, Wonder Woman was fine because she's a bisexual queen. Oh, okay. But they need to actually make her female relationships more important because as of right now, it's looking kind of gross. What do you mean, just a daughter? She barely spends time with. It's constantly bringing up the guy she liked from years ago. Hello, why are we making Wonder Woman a shitty mom? Wonder Woman, when the Wonder Girls literally exist. Okay, get this man away from Diana and give Kelly Thompson the keys back because holy shit, it's the same vibes with the Spider-Man and Superman crossover. It's so ass. Oh, I haven't even heard about that. The way Lois and Mary Jane are written, it's disgusting. Oh, that kind of sucks. Yeah, I was kind of getting weird vibes from the way Lois Lane was portrayed in the recent Superman movie, but I don't think I gave it enough of a fair shake, so I'm not going to judge it right off the bat. Relegated to damsels, yeah, that's unfortunate. All they have to talk about is being captured and being saved. Yeah, get the pen away from this man. Yeah, that is a little bit unfortunate. Yup, we could do better. Hello, friend. Have this totally innocent, normal thing. I personally try to educate based off years of experience, but that's just me, Captain. Okay. Cassie, it's okay. I think my partner just came in. Oh, wait. Shit, I forgot. I gotta go put the sweetener in the drink. I was distracted. Let's go back up. This is probably pretty obvious, but the inclusion of like the foam on the walls really does help increase the sense of like paranoia and claustrophobia of just being in this space. Makes everything feel like a little bit more diseased and otherworldly. I don't know how else to describe it. But yeah, I really like that. I like that it played the music cue again. All right, buddy. That drink looks sick. I can totally picture myself on a beach with a hot babe in a few of those. Then I drink too many and throw them up all over myself and never be able to drink them again. Ah, good times. Let's just get this to Swansea. There's a subtle little clicking sound I'm noticing. That's cool. Sorry says, I'm also just not a fan of the symbiote corrupting Superman. It's so, can we stop this? The symbiote isn't evil. Are there evil symbiotes? Yeah, Carnage and his offspring. Knull? Null? Um, yeah, I hadn't heard much about that, I guess. So the symbiotes are more like kind of neutral. Are they the sort of thing where it kind of like manifests whatever is inside a person? So like if they attach to an evil person, then they will turn out evil or something like that. Like it amplifies their what's in their soul. I feel like I don't know why that came to mind. Maybe it's like totally irrelevant. What is that? Look, we need to keep working together. This is how I can get us through this without us being in each other's necks all the time. Then, yeah, give it here. And kind of freestyle the recipe. Yeah, I can tell you how to handle this monstrosity, kid. You ain't no mixologist. Sure as hell ain't no mechanic either. He's so mean. You never should have come here. Who the fuck even decided to let you board, huh? Stick the idiot with a bunch of sad sack adults and see what he learns, eh? Bootstraps and all that? What a little horse shit. You think it's all going somewhere, but every failure leaves you a little more mangled than before. Older, uglier, meaner, smarter in a worse way. Wallowing doesn't suit you, Swansea. I suppose you think we should all be acting like you, our hard-working, esteemed captain. I say take a load off before the sun finally sets on this party. May we never go to hell, but always be on our way. It's one hell of a catchphrase. Well, I suppose we succeeded. Um, I wouldn't call you an uncultured swine, Shinigami. That's an odd phrase. But congratulations on finishing The Mentalist. I hope you enjoyed it. Clintar in general, not inherently evil. Oh, is that like their genius name? It's like nobody remembers the reason Venom exists because Peter tried to kill the symbiote first. Oh, I didn't know that. That makes sense. Lisbon from The Mentalist. How do you skip it? I don't know what you're trying to skip. Sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're saying there about your inner monkey, but I hope you can resolve it. Um, Genuinely loved him. It wasn't making him evil. It was just fighting crime. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it like Venom seems to have a positive. Wait a minute. Venom wasn't attached to Spider-Man, but he seemed right, like based on what I remember. But he did seem to have like a positive relationship with him. Um, Peter B. Parker needs some accountability. What Shinigami said, like what happened with the live stream with Abstract and Sage's video, because holy crap, the video is absolute shit. What are you referring to specifically? I think I remember seeing you getting a little spicy, which is totally fine. Um, but yeah, was there anything? Looking through chat, it seems like maybe you tried to send a message, but something didn't get through. Um, but I didn't get any notifications about anything being blocked or whatever, just so you know. I wonder if YouTube is just like automatically censoring something. I have no idea. I practically bounced off the ground. He'll be fine. His tolerance has to be through the roof by now. Probably just wake up with a massive headache. And he's gonna be so mad on the wicked good. Excuse me. A reference now. Oh, how very altruistic of you, Daisuke. um, can I? No, I need the key. Oh, wait a minute. Never leaves this person. What does this say? Can I see? I want to see what it says. Can't read it. Where? Oh, where the fuck are my keys? Nice. Oh, you love Lisbon. Okay, I understand. Yeah, YouTube does like sometimes censor stuff weirdly or just exclude stuff weirdly, and it seems totally arbitrary too. Um, like I remember being on somebody's stream at one point and being kind of mad and not towards the streamer, but mad about something else, and I wrote something along the lines of, "I'm so sick and fucking tired of this goddamn shitty piss bullshit fuck," and I let that through. But then I said like pee pee poo poo, and it censored that or something. Like it was like not verbatim, obviously, but yeah. Sometimes it's just like really weird. Oh, in the stream you're going crazy. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the transcript then. Venom on Eddie Brock is the symbiote that Spider-Man once wore. Oh, okay, gotcha. That's why it copies his looking powers. Peter was essentially its dad. Oh, okay, cool. I don't want to think about the mechanics of that, but that it's kind of cool to know. SK says he's just like really into workplace safety stuff sometimes, you know, which is like totally cool and stuff. I think he taught me it's time to be brave, Daisuke. Shirley and Anya are counting on us. All right. That's good. Wait. Whoa, it's like barely foamed up at all. Hey, it's those things. I've never been inside one. What are they called again? Cryostasis pods. Oh yeah, these things are far out. Totally sci-fi. Oh, it looks like this one still works. How long can these things even keep you frozen? 20 fucking years. I can't believe Swansea managed to clear all the foam from here. He didn't. Well, think about it. Swansea never let you work with him on breaking the utility room foam wall, right? No, it needed to be handled delicately. He said I have way too much athletic strength in my arms. I would have just torn right through the foam. I was like, damn, makes total sense. Bummer. So I've been in charge of the kitchen instead. He said it's next level critical to keep stock and organize every day. Had me double, triple, four, tuple check everything like all the time. Right, of course, and he never told you he'd gotten in here. No, but look how busy he must have been. There was never any foam here, and Swansea has known the whole damn time. Just taking a load off before the sun finally sets on this party, huh? That boozed up bastard has been biding his time until he can save himself. Would getting in the pod really mean you'd get rescued? 20 years more of a chance to get found. I take those odds over our current situation. Not like this, though. Not by lying through my teeth while waiting for everyone else to die. Yeah, that is kind of fucked up. No, man, that just can't be right. I'm sure there's a reason. We'll ask him about it when he wakes up. We'll deal with him after. Right now we have a job to finish. And the vent looks like it's still in one piece. Whoa, check out those sparks. I hate to imagine how gnarly it looks on the inside. I don't know why I read it like that. It could be somewhat collapsed in places. You could make it, though. Or you can make it through. We need to try it. Swansea said it's not safe. I know he forgot to tell us about the pod, but he knows, like, everything about this kind of stuff. Maybe we should just wait for him to wake back up. I don't think Swansea's fitting up there. Maybe I'm mistaken. You said you could handle it. Swansea taught you well, right? Time to prove it. He'll be impressed when he wakes up. Proud. He'll understand why we had to do this. Then he can explain it himself. So I'm kind of getting that there's a through line of, like, Jimmy, quote unquote, delegating by, you know, reassigning tasks to other people that he could take on himself. being a leader sometimes means leading by example and leading through your own through your own actions, not just telling other people what to do, which incidentally is something I wish that more people in the games industry understood, but I digress. He'll understand why we had to do this, then he can explain himself. I should clarify about that in case anybody, like, my games industry friends are checking out the stream at any point. I have been very, very lucky in that most of the people that I have reported to have been very kind, very encouraging, very great folks to work with who have also gone out of their way and taken time that, like, I didn't need, and frankly, when I was younger and I was a bit of an asshole, like, didn't necessarily deserve. Trying to make sure that I got a good education, so to speak, and was given opportunities and chances to grow. Without the kindness and patience and support and nurturing of mentors that I've had, I wouldn't be where I am today. And that is something that I think I have a debt to repay and will hopefully be able to do for others at some point. Um, and also, 99% of the major problems in the games industry that cause people to burn out and get frustrated and, you know, go into mental health crises and become unhealthy in general are caused by poor management and poor planning from a few people within each given team. I've seen it time and time and time again. We are all human, we are all flawed, so it doesn't mean that they're bad people or malicious or anything like that, but like poor management is the single greatest impediment to game development um, that I have encountered in like a decade. I'll open DMs after the stream, but Shinigami says how Shage explains his points, the evolution point, how unaware he is of his own scans counter to his points, basic critical thinking, debunking him, the evolution point. Oh, okay, I understand. Yeah, I think I can probably sympathize with where you're coming from. Sorry says, imagine how you'd feel if your dad didn't realize you were alive, but the second he did, he was like, I gotta kill this thing. Oh, fuck that. Yeah, yeah, that would be awful. Okay, so let's go. Daisuke, everyone's counting on you. Captain's orders. Yeah, I got this. Okay, here we go. And he probably gets injured, right, while he's up there. Oh, that's cool. They're like playing the sound of him actually going up through. Oh shit! I like that they actually had like a human voice recording for that, and not just text on the screen. I think the overall lack of text in a lot of the I think the lack of voiceover and text being used in favor of voiceover throughout most of the game makes those moments where there is voiceover, especially like screaming and yelling and stuff, really jump out. It's a smart decision. One day before the crash. Let's see. Symbiote Superman does look cool. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, that sounds cool. Find the gun. What the fuck? Um, Evolution point. Yeah, I'm very curious about that. I've only gotten like 10 minutes into the video. Um, I'll probably have most of the day off tomorrow, so I'll watch it and take notes. And then I'll try to, I'll get something together for Sunday. Um, yeah, if I have the day off. If not, I'll just do it on Saturday. It's fine. Still broken. She couldn't have hit it there. So now we're back playing as Curly, right? I think. Yeah, I do like the fact that I'm not sure why I made this. I do like the fact that the UI color changes to reflect what character you're playing as. It's a nice little detail. The Chakra Negro is needed for Genjutsu. If it's not the case, then the whole evolution point debunks him. Yeah, so like I don't want to get too deep into this. My personal belief, which I have not yet verified, right? This is just my intuition, is that the way that the Genjutsu works is that people who can utilize chakra use it to create essentially a hypnotic effect on their targets, on their victims. They use chakra to create like an illusion. The illusion fools the senses. It can be an illusion that's caused by scent or sound or other like touch, I guess. I don't know if there's explicitly a touch based genjutsu, but whatever. Various sensations. And as a result, that causes the target to experience a hallucination. So I don't have any problems with that working cross-verse. I understand that there is this additional layer potentially of, well, specifically it needs to go into the chakra network, and therefore somebody doesn't have a chakra network, it wouldn't work. And that may be true, and there may be a precedent for it. So I'm totally open to the arguments for that. I think that's a totally fine and reasonable analysis to do, and I'd be happy to listen to the arguments. Personally, in terms of my own opinion, right, just the way that I feel about it, I don't think that that really matters when talking about a cross-verse debate. Like I was thinking about this the other day. If I'm debating Goku versus Itachi, I have Goku and I'm arguing against Itachi, I would want my opponent to be able to use Tsukuyomi and the Krogan Jutsu or whatever else. Like I'd want them to have the full list of abilities, because why not, right? Like it makes it more interesting. Um, I wouldn't really spend, like personally, I wouldn't spend my time arguing like, well, no, you have to prove that the chakra, you know, would go through Goku's cranial nerves or whatever, because to me it's like it's an illusion. It'll it fools his mind as long as he can get tricked by illusions in general. Then fuck it, right? The in-universe explanation of how illusions work in Naruto is that ninja use or shinobi use chakra to deploy them. But whatever, if uh, so like it doesn't really bother me. But still, I want to hear out the arguments and just see what people have to say. I'm not saying like you can't have a different stance on it. A reading printed from the navigation computer detected abnormal asteroid trajectories along the route. Course corrections might be required during transit. Oh, interesting. So I wonder if did our character here, did Curly like actively try to make the correct adjustments? There, by the way, I want to take a moment and appreciate just how much care and detail there was put into creating this console, including the two like control sticks there. Kind of implies that there is or could be a co-pilot. I guess that's Jimmy, right? Jimmy's a co-pilot. But yeah, a lot of the detail and the resolution is kind of maybe easy enough to overlook because of the fact that things are kind of low res or old school or whatever. But there was a certain amount of care and detail that was put into everything, from just like making the screens scuffed up, like you see the staining on the sides of the screens. And it's a little detail, but I think you see the like black marks on the bottom right hand corner of the screen over there. I think that they are using the same texture for the one up there and the one down there, but they rotated it so it looks different. And you know, every game is going to have its limitations in terms of budget and scope and stuff like that. But the fact that they used whatever asset they had and they tried at least, and I think succeeded, to implement it in a way that added some variation is smart. And it's a good way of using the limited resources that you have. I think actually they probably stretched, skewed, and rotated that one texture in a lot of different locations. So they wound up getting a ton of mileage out of just the one simple asset, which is great. I think, you know, I've been in situations before where I've had a very limited amount of sounds to work with and had to implement them in a wide variety of ways. And so, like, we talked about this a bit before, but sometimes you can take one sound and apply volume variation, pitch variation, modulation effects to it, and basically make it sound like 20 different sounds that are slightly different but similar. Um, and it's a common technique across disciplines, and I think they did a really good job here. Shinigami says, I think I need to sleep now. Yeah, dude, it's got to be really late for you, right? So, yeah, please get some rest. I'll check DMs after the stream, and look forward to chatting with you Sunday if you're around for the my reaction to Sage's video. Curly, for fuck's sake, where is it? Us being let go isn't a reason to hurt yourself. Oh dear. Anya, as our nurse, you never got psyche valves. I should have thought of that. You could have come to me if you were feeling stressed. What would you have done? Anything. Anything. You, the crew, are all my responsibility. I told you so over and over, yeah? I'm not going to hurt myself. You know the gun is in a safety case I can't open, but I hid the case itself. Tell me where it is. None of this has to be on our performance log. We'll figure it out together. Oh, sorry, my dog is whining because her ball is out of reach and she's upset about it. Ooh, I see. What? Who would you, Captain? I told you. Listen to me. We can fix this. I've known him for a long time. I'll talk to him. I know you never give me the gun to protect myself. The least I can do is make sure he never gets it either. Oh, damn. Okay. Kind of a terrifying statement there. I wonder where she put it, though, because how do we know? I'm guessing she's talking about Jimmy, but maybe she's talking about, Swansea. Swansea seems like more naturally inclined to violence than Jimmy does, but I don't know. The bleeding won't stop. Just try to stay still, Daisuke. I need a second to think. We can fix this. Hey, kid, you hear me? Daisuke. Hey, stop, stop, stop. Oh no, is he gonna... It's alright, Daisuke, calm down. This line of work, you can never become like miserable old Swansea. What a tragedy. Decades of hauling ass for Pony Express. Big mighty bruiser with all his shiny tools. This is where it got me. The good life, huh? I thought you were dumber than a can of paint, always just chewing my ear off about nothing. Useless ray of goddamn sunshine. Not an A student, career workhorse, or force of ambition. Just a damn good kid trying his best. You could have taught an old fool like me a lot. Close your eyes, Daisuke. I don't like where this is going at all. I mean, like, he could just put him in the fucking cryopod, right? Like, if he wanted to, he could just put Daisuke in the cryopod, and then presumably he would just be like put into suspended animation and just stay there. So this is like pretty fucked up. I think he did more than that, Saria. I could have fixed him, Swansea. I have to do everything myself. Why can't any of you just give me some time to fucking think? How do you still not understand? It's over. Into the fucking line. You won't suffer one more second because of your delusions. Unbelievable. Stop pretending I know all about your plans, Swansea. I went to utility. I saw what you've been hiding down there. Sneaking around with that axe, telling Anya who knows what. And now this? You're making sure you're the one who gets inside that cryopod. Ha! I sure did talk to Anya, but it was her telling me all sorts of things instead, wasn't it? No, he missed. Aw, sorry. Shouldn't the captain go down with his ship? Not that it matters anymore. I got no place to be. I got everything I could ever want right here on this ship. Go ahead and get in that pod. If you ever get found, you can tell them whatever fucking story you like. You've earned it. Oh, that's surprising. Bit of a twist I wasn't expecting there. Hello, friend. Damn, okay. Pretty brutal. Of course, you took the axe. Oh, I thought that was like a dead body or some skin or something based on the silhouette. Oh, those are discarded bottles of mouthwash, aren't they? I didn't recognize them at first because I guess like the color of the bottle is coming from the liquid inside. It makes sense. Okay. Let's see. It's probably down there, isn't it? This is gonna still be like. Oh, it's open. What the fuck? Hi. That was abrupt. Yeah, I kind of felt like that was coming. Is he still alive? Oh, yeah, he's breathing. I'm probably gonna need the code scanner, huh? That's not gonna help, right? I doubt it's gonna be this. I'm gonna have to go find the code. Okay, that's fine. I This is probably not gonna work. In fact, I hope it doesn't, but I'll explain in a second why I'm gonna try this. No, it didn't. Okay, good. Um, hmm. I actually really respect how abrupt this is. I'm going to mention spoilers for Doki Doki Literature Club. So if you want to play that game, maybe mute for the next 60 seconds. I do think it's much better to play it blind. So 3, 2, 1, spoiler time. Yeah, there's a scene in Doki Doki Literature Club where a character um, does what I don't know if I think YouTube has a policy where you're not supposed to say certain phrases, but basically does this particular thing here. And when it happens, it is very sudden, very abrupt, very disheartening, and just the way that it happens so suddenly and so starkly, and is just like presented without I don't know, with a sense of inevitability, is just like the most haunting part of that game to me. Like that I can still recall that image in my head. It's like really disturbing. I love also like I'm ruining it by talking, but I love also that the devs actually like let the game be silent sometimes, like just kind of ruminate for a bit. The changes in the lighting and the aesthetics also keep you guessing, and the industrial lighting being placed around also helps kind of uh, provide a guide as to where to go, which is nice. It doesn't feel forced; it feels like quite immersive. So, sorry if my motions are jerking around a little too much. Just realized that I can be a little bit twitchy. I'll try to be a bit more smooth with it. But yeah, so yeah, I think like right, the light is supposed to be kind of pointing where to go. The fact that this door is illuminated now also. Okay, let's see. Anything in here that's used for later? Oh, that must be where the gun was before. So 739 protection kit. Yes, 739. I like the fact that there are all these like little moments and icons or like bits of imagery or whatever that you figure will come up eventually, but you don't know exactly when or how. But they're there the whole time. Like now I know what this rope is going to be used for, and here it is, and it's like, oh shit, okay, I can't do anything with it late until later. Um, but yeah, it's weird. Like having I don't know if I've ever played a game that has its like narrative, its sequence of events this completely out of order either. It's a really interesting way to tell a story. It keeps you guessing, and it changes the context of like locations and items and events. Like it like constantly shuffles them around and has you questioning your perception of them as you proceed with the story. Really, really creative stuff. I'm actually I'm impressed is one way to put it with the restraint that they used in the like horse ghost sequence or whatever you want to call that, because that's the sort of thing where like I could totally imagine an entire indie game coming out and being like a 2 hour experience of just running away from that thing, right? Like how many itch.io games or like or things like that are literally just that. Like think about Slender, right? And how much that blew up. Um, yeah, he's mocking us. How much that blew up, and like, basically, that game was just wandering around, picking up pages while a thing chased you and trying not to get caught by it. So, they could have really leaned into that, and like, I don't know how long this game is, so maybe they will. Maybe we'll get back to it. Um, shit, I think I forgot the number. Was it 739? Yeah, but yeah, I'm surprised that the if they don't bring it up again, I will be genuinely impressed and surprised at the restraint used there. As much as I think that they could have um, gotten more mileage out of it, and maybe from a business standpoint, it would make sense. Uh, hello? I want to turn this off. No, 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 no. That's not what I meant to do. Was that intentional? There we go. Hi, friend. Why can't I click on him? Okay, so now what does it want me to do? I have the gun. Not yet. Oh, do I have to combine it with the ammo? No, just presumably comes with it. Oh, okay. Jimmy. Oh, shit. I wonder if the fucking the computer glitching out, it's meant to be like somebody is watching back the footage from these events after the fact, and that's why the glitching is happening. Hello. Told him, Anya, you should have waited for me. What did he say? Nothing that makes any difference. Did he seem angry? Where did he go? He just walked away. Really, I don't want him in here anymore. Hold on, fuck, just wait, I need to find him. Everything's going to be okay. Oh, I love how they're bringing in that musical cue. Oh, damn. I love it. It's so good. So was the crash caused by the two of them fighting, I wonder? Can't use it. Oh, it looks like they're sounds like they're bringing up some like subtle screaming in the background too. Hello, Jim. I can fix this. What do you think will happen when we get back? Hmm? We can figure all of this out, you and me. What did that say? 990 of it? I'm gonna look at the stream playback preview thing and see if I can see what that said. Never mind, I'll just look at it later. All I ever hear is how great of a leader you are. God, it's so annoying. But now, what do you think will happen now when we get back? We'll fix this together. Everything you and I worked for in our lives, accomplishments, changes, none of it will matter. You've gotten through difficult situations before. I guess I don't understand why just a pregnancy would invalidate all that. It's weird. This time won't be any different. Work through it one day at a time. It's not just me, is it? You were supposed to be the one who had everything under control. You said so yourself. Ship, this crew, everything that happened here, this was your responsibility, Captain. That is what you'll be hearing the rest of your life. Or this can all be remembered as a tragedy, despite what must have been the best efforts of its acclaimed captain. The Tolpar crew was never found. No one survived to tell the tale. You're standing... Oh, shit. I don't think we've ever seen him like this before. You're standing at the top, feet in cement. I get it now. Right? Right. So did he crash the ship deliberately? Kills 90%. I'll take care of it. I don't get it. Is there some like in-universe explanation as to like why it's not allowed for them to have a baby? Or would it just be like too hard to raise the baby on the ship or something? No, we said like when we get back. It's gonna be a problem when we get back. Well, this is terrifying. Jim, tell me you didn't. I should have. I didn't. What the fuck did you do? Oh, that UI element showing up is so great. Oh shit. Hi, buddy. Wanna come down here? I think seeing him, getting to see the captain the way he was beforehand is actually pretty powerful, come to think of it. I wasn't sure how I felt about it before, but yeah, makes sense now. Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting this particular turn of events. Oh, but yeah, we kind of saw that in like a flash forward, didn't we? I can let him off the hook. All right. Well, let's see. Oh shit. Okay. Woohoo! Happy birthday, Captain. This rocks. Here, here. To Captain Jimbo. Well, looks like he has a gunshot in his head, so they're all dead, right? Come on. You have to give a speech. Go on, have at it. You better make it good. Hell yeah. Our captain. Captain Jimmy. Can I just... I just want to go back to my cabin. Yeah, let's leave. Leave. Nope. Okay. Can I just talk? Can we talk this through? God, I really don't want to do this. Get the job done. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. I really hate this. Oh my god. Why don't you just shoot him, Jimmy? Oh my god, what is that fucking sound? God, that was so fucked up. Oh. A lot of people struggle to put food on their plates, but that wasn't enough, right, Captain? The lowest rung of your ladder is our highest, until it was all swept from under your feet. Life isn't even worth living at the same level as us. But I forgive you, all of us do. I won't give up on you even like this. I believe in you. We're going to make it through this. Sometimes we thrive, travel the endless reaches of space, but other times we just have to accept days like these. You taught me that, Curly. Let's eat. Let's survive. Okay. I definitely feel like this game has something to say. Okay, now we're like in full-on Silent Hill territory. Awesome. Oh, fell for it. Oh, cool. So we do actually get to see the inside of the vents. That's neat. A very merry unbirthday. Yeah, exactly. Well, define merry, but yes. Definitely an unbirthday. I haven't thought of that song in a long time, damn. Something about giant industrial fans is just like instant recipe for horror. Oh, is that's one of the lids of the cryopods, isn't it? Okay. I don't have anything. I'm surprised the vents are so big. There's a cool visual effect there too. Oh, hi. Oh shit. Okay. All right. And I can't go back. Hands off. Yeah. Okay. So that's the markings that were on the whatchamacallit, on the hatch before. Cool. 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 Is that a flower? Okay. This is fine. No turning back now. There's gonna be something behind me, isn't there? Oh, I guess it was serious. Okay. So I just have to like walk backwards without turning back? That's a cool mechanic. Okay. This is neat. Oh, is that dice case? Oh, holy shit. It's not letting me look at it. All the hands. Oh, the hands have wedding rings on them, don't they? Maybe not. It's kind of hard to tell. That's cool. Responsibility. Looks like there's like a mass of flesh or mucilage back there or something. Okay. This is a really cool idea. Like having to walk backwards into the dark like this. You're getting further and further away from your only point of reference. The sounds are kind of creeping in. Very, very cool design. Interesting choice with that gong there. I wonder if that's supposed to be like hinting at a guided meditation or hypnosis or something. Probably not, but it's an interesting choice. Sound design in this game is like really smart and creative. Whoa, okay. I wasn't expecting that. That's fucking cool. Oh shit. Is it actually it's actually oh, wow, okay. I thought that it was just a visual trick, but it's actually like the physics is working too. This is like Silent Hill 2 meets that level in the Forest Temple. Damn, okay. Kind of back to the horse imagery from before. You're definitely getting some Silent Hill 2 vibes, which is cool. I think I am better understanding the connection with James Sunderland and Jimmy, and not just with the name Jimmy. Oh shit! I see. It's the room. I was like wondering what the hell that was, but it's the room turned sideways. That's so cool. The X marks going into the floor. Can I go in here? Feels like maybe a bad idea. I appreciate the fact that the game hasn't really done jump scares in the traditional exploitative way. I wonder if it's like Iron Lung though, where it's like saving saving up for it, so to speak. I hope not. Can I not go that way? Oh, here we go. Definitely something going on above us. Oh no, that's the sound that I'm making going through the vents, is it? I can't tell. Which is a cool thing, actually, a cool detail. There's that flower imagery again. Very curious. Fuck off. That got me, that got me. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I just don't like it when like faces pop right up in the screen. There's a loud scream. Like that shit. I hate that. But shit. Hi friend. Let me guess. Can I talk to him before I do this? Nope. Got him tied up and everything. Why go through the trouble of tying him up if you're just gonna execute him? Or maybe just like don't execute him. That's also an idea. Oh, that's cool. What happens if I waste all the bullets? Oh, okay. I do actually like the fact that they're having your ears ring because um I've only ever fired guns with like very significant hearing protection, and even so, that shit is really fucking loud. So does it make sense? Especially if like he's not used to it. He's I mean, I don't really know what this character's full backstory is, but yeah. Beloved friend, I remember you, so you are eternal. It's a nice little message. God, I'm so on edge that like every sound just got me jumpy. Okay, so I think the game has taught me that the distorted sound means that there's a danger nearby. So I'm guessing something's chasing me. Oh shit. Okay. What the fuck? Okay. Hello. I hear him coming. Or is that just my heart racing in the game? Shit. Okay. So they did actually program in a walking ambulatory NPCs, but they saved it. I think that's actually extremely effective, right? Because they saved it for the end, when you wouldn't be expecting that the characters like that could even move. Damn it. Oh, and when you fire the gun too, you lose hearing, so it's hard to track him. I got him once. Okay. God, this sequence is so fucking tense. I love it. Sound design is so oppressive. Okay, okay, fuck. Is that a baby I hear crying in the background too? Fuck. I guess that makes sense given the narrative source of conflict. God damn it. I like the fact that he's also like not just lurking. Right? Like he is actually trying to hunt you as well. Your ears wouldn't ring, you'd simply say no. Yeah, that's fair. Well, you'd say no to the ringing, or you just wouldn't fire the gun in the first place? I mean, I think there's definitely other ways around how these characters are acting. Got him. That was awesome. Very, very clever. Swansea says, I have something to say, so shut the fuck up and listen. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think they did something like this with with the footage and How Fish is Made too. I spent 13 years half cut up to my eyeballs. Oh, drunk to put it mildly. Then suddenly I saw a streetlight shining in my face. 500 gigawatts of the power of God. A vision of my bloated body found in some ditch scared me straight. So I got a collar, shirt, mortgage, and a credit card. All the things that make a good man. I hoped I could raise my children to be better than their old man. I wanted to believe I was never one setback away from my worst self. But the truth is, discipline, drive, routine, the endless fucking desperation to get shit done, a loving wife, great kids, sobriety. I'm telling you, accomplishments I've been chasing all my life, never felt as good as I expected when I crossed the finish line. So now that we're at the end, taking inventory, those nights spinning out of my head, sinking into the sofa, broken glass in my palms, bleeding dry, the funniest thing ever. Old dogs laughing and snarling on a waterbed floor, mocking the moon for daring to show its face. All nausea and wreckage and vomit and ugly cruelty. The only problem in that world, an empty bottle. Those were the best days of my... Jesus Christ. It's a pretty fucking dire perspective. Yeah, those were the best days of my life. I got nothing to hide, ready to face the music. I can see myself for what I am. But you, a cowardly, selfish motherfucker, and you can't even see it. I should have been able to protect the kid. If I could have done one thing right, I wish it had been to give him one small chance off this goddamn rock. Swansea, I'm gonna fix everything. We're going to make it. Fuck you. God, that distortion in the background. Fuck, it's so good. Oh, shit. So I wonder, I'm really curious about where the message is coming from of take responsibility. Is that like our character's own psyche? Is he speaking to himself? Is it like a message from another character? Like, is it like, again, something coming through the machinery of the ship? Just curious to learn more about that. Or does it even have like a diegetic explanation? Because that's the thing, right? Like, we could consider ourselves as players to be the inhabiting the character that we're controlling, or we could also just say that like we are being um, given a window through which to view things from a distance, almost like in the second person, um, which I don't think is what this game is going for, but maybe. Is the space looping? Feels like, oh yeah, it's like, oh cool, they're doing the fucking what is that game called? It was so good. There was a game that like played with non Euclidean geometry and like impossible spaces and stuff like that. Um, Shit, I was just talking to my friend about this the other day too. So good. It's called Anti-Chamber. That game was so cool. And they did stuff like this too, like making the rooms work in kind of unexpected ways and loop around themselves. Oh, holy fucking shit. Okay, that got me. That got me. I was cuz I started to see it a little bit out of the corner of my eyes and then I was like, okay. It took a minute to resolve. I love that they did that. I love that they left the eye in there. Oh, that's so cool. See, that actually feel like I'm actually um I liked that jump scare. So many jump scares feel like cheap and exploitative and lame. That felt like perfect. It was so well implemented. I love it. Whoa, hi, and again. This is my scene. I love that. I love stuff like this. This is so good. Sorry says me when I'm in a gun firing competition, and but my opponent is tied to a chair with my target on his head. He's jealous that the game was rigged in my favor. Oh shit! So this is kind of like a panopticon almost, quite literally. Hello, friends. I did it, but it wasn't me. My cat, my cat just brushed my leg at the perfect moment for a jump scare. Sorry, I said me when I'm in a gun firing competition, but my opponent is tied to a chair with my target on his head. Yeah, okay. Yep. It feels like we're crawling around in like somebody's artery or colon or something. Fuck, this is so creepy. Yes, the two primary parts of human anatomy: A, artery; B, colon; C, also colon. What the fuck was? Oh, we were in his mouth. Okay, damn. Is this supposed to be like the sound of him screaming, pitch down, that's coming from there? Fuck me. And the eye is gone too. Just want to sit with the ambience for a second. Damn, that's messed up. Yeah, one of his legs is missing. That makes sense. These all X-rays or whatnot. Creepy. It's so creepy that he can. The only thing he can move is his eye. Let's see. Is there a puzzle here that I'm gonna need to? Oh shit. Yep. Maybe. Oh no, I don't want to do this to you, buddy. I'm so sorry. Let me give you a break. I can't. Let me out. Oh, I gotta click the cake. Fuck. Okay. I'm upset. I don't know where they found this footage or if they made it, but damn, very appropriate, very well selected. Fits the ambience perfectly. Okay, great. I'm gonna leave you to it. So this is gonna hurt. Oh my god. Okay. I guess I need to connect the threads of the tubes from his like neck I'm guessing. Hi. Hello. Okay, so let's see. Well, there's 3 or 4 nozzles to turn. So if I turn this one, yep, I think. Oh, it's just one of 2 directions. What about this? God, fuck. This is so bothersome. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I feel like anything I do is just gonna put this person in more agony. Um, I guess I would assume that we were trying to make a connection between the different valves or whatever, but they don't really seem to line up. So I'm not really sure what he wants me to do. Maybe I need to go back and look at the TV? No. I think that's just looping. Oh, wait, hang on a second. Can't, what do you mean you can't use this here? Oh, I have to be like in this mode? I need to get closer. Here? Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm not gonna feed it to him, am I? Oh. Oh my god, okay. I don't know if that's 110% necessary. Oh, this is brutal. So I do think that this game has a point that it's trying to make and a specific story that it's trying to tell. I if it's about like feeling guilty because you didn't take responsibility and you shifted the burden of responsibility onto other people and how that can be toxic and destructive, I don't know that this level of intensity um needed to be present in order to get that message across. But that my feedback is contingent, on like me actually understanding what they're trying to say, which is dubious. Um, it's probably gotta go like that, right? So that'll just get stuck in his throat if I do that. So I think I want it to go this way, but then this will go up. So we don't want that necessarily. Would it go up? Oh, with the pipe back here, would it go up and then down like this? Oh my god. This reminds me of that thing from Soma where like every single mistake you make just makes it so much worse. It's gonna get blocked. Nope, it's gonna go, oh, up there. Okay. And then is that gonna come over there? Probably. Okay. Music changed, so I'm guessing I got it right. Fuck me. The way that like slides in and the way the peristalsis is fucking represented is really chilling. Is that him? Oh shit, I'm in control. Or sort of. If I press any button, it just makes me go forward. Still, that's really cool. I wasn't expecting that. That kid can't eat a potato. This kid has no idea. His vomit disappears. Yeah, I know. Like, what a total lack of immersion, Zarya. Like, we couldn't even commit to the bit. Like, got a dumbass kid who can't even eat a fucking potato, and this guy over here instantly dissolving or evaporating vomit. Like, how do you expect me to get invested in this story? want to go home. We are home. Why don't you finish what you started? Don't worry, if anyone ever finds us, I'll still be playing the villain. You'll be the better man in the end, like you wanted. I could have stopped it. I'm taking responsibility. No, we can both be heroes. We're a team, just you and me, like we used to be. What happened was an accident. We were trapped. I made a mistake, alright? I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry, Curly. Sorry. So it feels like the character is internally trying to reconcile with the things that he did, but he's in seeking forgiveness and resolution, he doesn't consider that to be sufficient acceptance of what he's done. Oh, fuck me. What is this thing? I love it. A heart. You gotta admit, like, the set pieces and the set design overall of this game is stellar. Like, there's so much creativity and ingenuity and imagination that's on display. Oh, it's like an ultrasound. That's cool. Okay. Is there like ribs in there? There's definitely something solid in there. Okay. Yeah, well, there's something up there. What the fuck? There's definitely gotta be a jump scare here. There's gotta be. He's sorry while breathing in space. Yeah, not only that, but like walking in the void unperturbed. That's gotta be a demerit. Okay. Well, there's a sound as I get closer. What the fuck? Okay, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. I think I see what they were going for. What the fuck? Not sure that's how horses work. Oh, good. It's growing eyes. Wonderful. Um. Okay. Yeah. I see the imagery. Okay. I get it. Hi. Holy fucking shit. All clean. Really gets rid of that bad taste in your mouth, huh? Through wreckage. Through silence. The heart is pregnant with a donkey. -7. Why wouldn't you give that a plus? Isn't that what every game should have? Pregnant donkey vomiting. I never thought I would ever say that sentence out loud, but hey, every day is a new opportunity. I'm gonna have to go soon-ish, so I'm getting a sense that this is nearing its conclusion. I feel like we should try to finish this. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, okay, wonderful. All right. That's yeah. Not a big fan of that. Sure, it'll be fine. But again, like, what a creative way to repurpose assets and just like, fuck off. Oh my god. You sons of bastards. Okay, they got me. Don't. Fuck's sake. Okay. I know it's gonna do it this time. Oh, it's making baby noises. Cool. I have no idea if there's a specific way I'm supposed to go. I just gotta keep surviving. I guess I know that, like, if it stops, it's about to sprint. Yeah. So fucking creepy. Okay. Get out of the way. Oh shit. Should have stayed with the door. Are these ID cards? What the fuck? God, that so sorry. This is a perfect example of what we were talking about before about the panning, right? There's audio coming in from the left channel and from the right channel, and they're totally separated in the stereo field. Great, wonderful, cool, awesome. Open the fucking door. I gotta go back into that. Okay. This is actually really beautiful, the way that this is rendered. They really do like this technique of, slowly introducing a surreal element and then kind of gradually having it consume more and more of the environment. It's very clever. This game has a lot of artistic flair. I really like it. Yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, you can actually see them up close. There's Jimmy. Oh, it's all Jimmy. No, no. There's Daisuke, Swansea. Do we see just those three? It's like sometimes just taking something that is a very simple, common, mundane thing and just making a lot of it in a like confined space, or even just like representing it in a context that it wouldn't normally be in an exaggerated and bizarre and surreal way, can be like sufficiently effective to create horror or awe or mystery. I think honestly, like, this is gonna sound like the pettiest, most arbitrary fucking complaint ever, but I stopped playing Silk Song for a couple of reasons. The primary reason um was related to just like the difficulty. I just wasn't having fun with it. But one of the things that just started like annoying me unnecessarily, and I don't think this is a spoiler, but just as a heads up, was that so many areas were relying on this technique, if you want to call it that, of trying to instill mystery and awe and suspense or whatever by taking a simple object and just repeating it. Like, you would get into one area and it was like totally covered in bells. You would get to another area and it was totally covered in insert the next thing here, right? And so I like that. I like the sense of mania or frenzy or obsession that that sort of thing um, can convey. I think it's a very powerful bit of imagery, but also it's like when that's really the only thing you're doing, not the only thing, but when you repeat it so often, it kind of dilutes its impact. It's just like, okay, okay, I get it. This feels unfriendly. Okay, all right, sure. Hello. What the fuck are you? Oh, normal. This fucking horse. What does it say? Psych eval. Hello, friend. Please don't kill me. Oh, shit. Oh, that fucking voice distortion is so creepy. Pony Express is dead, and so are you. Curly tried his best. I did too, but he's the better man. I see that now. We can both still make it. I'll take care of him. I'm taking responsibility. Curly, Captain, I'm so sorry. Yes. Yes, 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 I do. I fucked up, but I can still make this right. Our worst moments don't make us. Matter Pillar cameo. It's me, Golden Freddy. Man, I think I am gonna need to play those games eventually. Yeah, somebody requested FNAF 4 anyway, so get into that. Okay. Can I do anything? Oh, I see. Well, that breathing, it's haunting. I thought, according to this character, we are home. Am I hearing like a little bit of rain that's kind of creeping in? Or is it just radio static? Either way, that's a cool audio trick. I think I see something in the distance. Nice. I never know whether to be reassured or not. Okay, okay, good, 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 good. Yes, correct. I was hoping that that would be the case. It's okay, Curly. You're going to be okay. You always have my back. I ended up hurting you even though I was trying to save us. But now you'll survive. It's like you said, together we can fix anything. I'm just proud I got to be your friend and co-pilot, Captain. No one can hurt you now. We fixed it. I fixed it. Well, sort of. Definitely. Well, I was gonna say, I hope that he takes the win, but guess this isn't that kind of game. Wow, damn. For some reason, I thought there was like two people who worked on this. I thought it was a very, very small team. This music is like perfect for this. Also, I know it's just because I'm from a different culture or whatever, but like a lot of these names are fucking amazing. They sound so cool. Cool Haley in particular. Shout out to Cool Haley and Nico Lith. Cool. The neighbor's dog, Jackson. So I think getting a shout out for a dog in the credits should bump up the score by at least 700 points. Thank you for making this game. This is a special game. Oh, it actually brings up the Steam page. Okay, I think those are the two options that I've got. So I guess quit. I don't know if it'll. Yeah. Huh. Well, that was pretty incredible. Let me see if I can go back to this for a second. Um, yeah, I'll just go back to this as an idle screen. I should make a version of the screen that is just that doesn't have the starting soon on it. But yeah, damn, that was a very powerful game. I really enjoyed it. I think that the message is something that I'm gonna have to sit on, ruminate on for a little while. Not 100% sure that I fully grasp what was going on, but I think that's kind of the point, right? Is that you're getting these fragments of a very, very personal, very harrowing story, and then starting to piece things back together, which is a very powerful and very compelling way of telling a story. A lot of really interesting mechanics, a lot of interesting set pieces, fucking incredible sound design. Like, big shout out to the audio team, not just for the quality of the assets that were created, but for the, I guess, like psychological manipulation and like psychoacoustics that they implemented in their design. Really, really smart choices, really inspiring stuff. Definitely be following this developer. I would definitely recommend this as a game that fans of like horror narratives should check out. And I appreciate the suggestion to check it out on stream. I appreciate sharing it with y'all. So I think for now I'm going to call it a night. As for plans for the future, so I bought this fucking PS1 or PSVR 1 headset to try to play Déraciné. So I think I'm gonna, especially since I have next week off, I think I'm gonna try to get it set up and see if we can play that together on stream. I think it'll be kind of challenging to get it working with chat and everything, but I'm gonna try because I think that'd be a lot of fun. And then, excuse me, going forward, there are plenty of other games we could and should play together. I'm open to suggestions, but I've got some ideas. I really want to check out Demon Souls remake versus the original. I also want to check out Link's Awakening remake versus the original, and then a bunch of other stuff that we could do. So I will stay in touch. I will check the Discord, and I will be back Sunday. I'm like 90% sure that the stream on Sunday is going to be about analyzing and responding to Sage's video on chakra, or just talking about not chakra, on genjutsu, talking about genjutsu efficacy in general and its mechanics. So if I have time, which I should, tomorrow and Saturday I will do some research, and as long as I feel like I have something to contribute to the conversation, then we can pick that up on Sunday. And if not, maybe more databook stuff. Definitely open to suggestions, so if you want to hit me up with the topic that you'd like to discuss, feel free to post it in the comments section or in the Discord, and I'll definitely get to it. One of the things that I want to talk about, as well as the sensory water sphere, since that keeps coming up in like quote unquote planetary arguments. There's a bunch of topics that I think it would be fun to just kind of do a little focused deep dive into, so to speak. So yeah, let me know if you have any suggestions. In the meantime, thank you so much for coming on this journey with me, for like exploring this weird and unique and harrowing world. Genuinely glad to have the opportunity to share it with y'all. Hope you have a great evening. Hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys again on Sunday. Take care. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I said I am Nikolai, and I am a Russian spy, Thomas from regular show. Shit, I'm not up to date on my regular show memes. Although I am starting to get into Gumball. and really, really loving the energy of that show so far. But anyway, have a great night, everybody. Bye bye.